There's a riddle on the screen and a bop in the beat. Crystal's got a theory and she's bringing the heat. With a playlist rolling and a case to crack, she's digging through the weird and she ain't looking back. Crystal's crime and music. Hey, hey, hey. Word little whispers and a beat that slays. She's grooving through the rumors, dancing through the doubt. Hop on the stream and help her figure it out. She's got headphones on and snacks in hand. She's sleuthing in slippers, ain't it grand? Crimes and chords, it's a curious mix, but she'll remix that mystery just for kicks. Crystal's crime and music. Let's roll. Talking strange old stories with a heart and soul. From cryptic clues to a disco track, she's chasing down weirdness and never looks back. She don't solve crimes, just talks and vibes with a keyboard click and detective drive. She's got music moods and wild ideas and a soft spot for victims through the years. Is that a ghost? Or just bad Wi-Fi? Did that dude lie? Or is it all a sigh? Whatever the twist, Crystal's on the screen with a snack, a song, and a mystery meme. So grab your tea and your favorite chair. She's cracking up theories out of thin air. One part groove, one part hum. It's Crystal's show, let's have some fun. Crystal's crime and music. Tune it loud, where the silly gets spooky and the beats are proud. She's laughing, guessing, and spilling the tea. Come vibe with the queen of crime and melody.
Welcome back, Six Up Media. You were gone for a little while. However, that does not mean that you can come back and try to rewrite history. That would make you no better than the Zigster herself.
She's a fucking criminal. And I'm sorry, I didn't ever want to have to say this, but I fucking told you so.
So I found some interesting content. I like just the receipts. I used to follow her channel often. She always showed receipts. Now, this was in 2022, December, I believe the 14th, when we shared the video. The reason I'm going over this is because Jody Sue, this is December 14th, 2022. Jody Sue had a live where she was really upset. Six Up's playing games and Ellie Mae's over there, so I go listen to Ellie Mae's video. Six Up, who has Ellie Mae on piano, and as I'm listening, Six Up takes it down. I'll just show you quickly. I'll find it. My cat's sitting there. I don't know where it went. However, Six Up had a live she took down. I think she gets herself really involved with Fred's sister, Ellie. And I'm curious about that because we don't really know how long Ellie's been out on the YouTube street. She has several names that she goes by. And it's concerning to me, especially when we hear she worked where Layla went missing.
You didn't want to have to say that. You've been waiting to say that. You've been waiting since your first live stream to tell people, I told you so. Are you happy now? Can you let go of the anger now that people are awakening? Or are you still going to hold all this toxic resentment and yell every night at people?
Cindy, I'm sorry. I am so sorry that she did that to you, but I warned you. You were in my chat. It would be different if you never heard me.
God.
You guys came over here and listened to me.
Sorry.
You talk about blind following. I do not want that here.
Mm-hmm.
I had fell and broke my face, and these people have put my medical records online for people to see.
You sent an x-ray to a drama queen that was emailing.
Let me go on saying that I have not even found out 6 Up's real name yet. I have some ideas of some people she may or may not be. I don't know what picture of her is truly her because this is now the 3rd picture she has had as a profile picture that I've seen that I'm going to show you guys tonight. I don't know, her connection to Ellie really bothers me. I had left let me go to my channel real quick. A community post. Six Up. Why you delete your live? I was watching. Like, what is the point if you have so much to say? Jody is pretty pissed. I'm gonna say someone recorded it. I got a tiny bit to prove the games you're playing for the TBI with Fred's evil system. When are you and TPE gonna show your beautiful faces? Then I wrote something to Ziggy, and I'm just gonna tell you guys what my feelings are right now. I think there's a possibility Fred knows something. I think is there a possibility that Ziggy and Fred both know something. I am extremely concerned about Ellie Mae, Fred, and Ryan and Andy all being on the same street on the same day. Well, there's pictures being taken of Fred and Ziggy, and there's items being removed from the property of the father. I'm also concerned because Ellie Mae had mentioned that to me in text messages. I'm gonna have to go see if I can find them. I keep meaning to. That Fred accused her at the beginning of this of taking a large quantity of money worth of rugs. Jody Sue accuses Andy of finding a huge quantity of rugs. In my opinion, there's a possibility Summer may have been taken for money. It's just one lane. Somebody owed money. I understand Dawn had a good job, but what if it was somebody who was not the will? Summer was mixed up. There's a lot of possibilities. What if Andy gave the rugs to Dawn? What if Dawn didn't know? What if there's a whole backstory to some crazy shit that could have happened? We have to, like the TBI says, they're exploring all lanes, right? There's a history with Fred and his sisters. He states both sisters were present at the time of his viewing of Virginia. I have a friend that was on the path. When he told me he was cyanide. His name's Chester. I've shared his picture. I've talked about him, but he was visiting Virginia, West Virginia, Kentucky. I don't know about Tennessee, Ohio. And it's a path that I tend to follow. Indiana is not in there, however. Is it something I shouldn't be following? was there's this Clark guy that Ziggy had brought to light. And Ziggy, I have a ton of questions for you about Pete Clark and all this Playboy stuff. Ernie, there's a lot with Ernie. Benny did a members only live where he doesn't want to exploit Ernie's mental illness. However, there's also another video of Ernie telling Tim Mullen during the phone call about the cameras and phones. Now, you know I tormented Ernie for you, Tim, as if Benny was paid and hired by Tim to do so. Today, Benny did a live. There was no confirmation for me physically that I was able to see, but apparently there is false accusations about Ernie in this police report. The lady says Ernie did not assault her, so I would like to see them. However, my reasons for being suspicious of Ernie have nothing to do with the lady down in Georgia, Florida, or wherever she is down south. What they do have to do with, though, is the Pete Clark person for me. JLR just being able to walk on the land. JLR being on the land of my father's border. 6 Up playing games with Fred's sister. 6 Up also telling me that Fred's father would pay debts off to James Light for Fred because Fred would owe James Light lots of money time after time. And I have questions for Ziggy. I think they're important. And did Fred continue this behavior? We know he was still selling. That's what he went to jail for. So what are the possibilities that something disappeared on Ben Hill Road and Summer paid the consequence for something Fred or Ellie Mae did? Because Ellie Mae was extremely upset about Fred accusing her with me. And then Layla goes missing, and I would like to know if Ellie Mae was working the day Layla went missing. I think they're valid questions. But anyways, let's turn just the receipts on.
Telling anyone who would listen to her, and you're shocked that your x-rays got online?
And one more thing I'm going to address before we get started and playing some content, hanging out with the kid.
I agree nobody's x-rays should be online, but this goes a little deeper than this.
And hopefully we can have a little bit of fun here. When some other creator wanted to expose me for being a grifter and a scammer, remember that? And it never fucking happened. It's never going to fucking happen.
It never happened. See, the rewriting of history is just not going to work. It's not going to work.
Somebody got upset on this channel because I said when Tiffany Marie and AB were going live with their transphobic, homophobic bigotry, if you're in that chat and you're defending that shit, stay the fuck away from me. Somebody got upset, emailed another creator that exposes people and said I took money from them. I have never, ever taken money from somebody and not done. If it was donated, it was donated.
It really does amaze me how people just either remember things entirely differently than how they actually happened. And that can be due to a couple of different reasons, different reality. Or they choose to try to rewrite things so that people will believe what they're saying now because people don't have the best memories, especially when it's not about them. So the person who emailed me did not email me because they were supporting bigotry or because they were found out to be supporting bigotry in another chat. The person emailed me because you were yelling and screaming at Cam, accusing him of being an active addiction. That's why this person emailed me. They were already concerned that they seemed to be tracked to other chats and monitored for what they were saying in those chats. This person is not a bigot. So they weren't upset that they were exposed as a bigot. They're not a bigot. They were concerned that you were watching them, like in a creepy kind of way, real creepy. And even you tell your moderators that they need to be careful what they say when they're in other chats because they're representing you and your mafia. Okay.
Also, I want to say that because I am growing, my moderators represent me. I've said that over and over and over. That's the same with any channel. So I really would like for people to be careful what they comment if they're moderators over on specific channels that I review, because then they're going to say that I'm sending you there. I don't care that you do. I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying think about when you do what you're saying.
Look, this person had only super chatted me. Actually asked for merchandise that I didn't have, and I told him no.
Yeah, this person didn't send you money. You're, for some reason, have forgotten the entire thing. Just because you've forgotten doesn't mean that everyone else has. You swore up and down that you have never gone to a viewer of yours outside of YouTube and requested money or asked for a donation for any reason, let alone for a lawyer. You've said that several times, that you've never done that.
I specifically said multiple times that if I do raise money for a lawyer, it will be completely transparent and I will start a GoFundMe. No, I did not ask. There was a specific moderator that did one night. I found it. I had to go find it. I went back and searched. Like, whoever said, nope, it wasn't me, guys.
I'm the one that asked the viewer.
So here's Six Up grifting. Early on, I would like to know when she came to YouTube. Here she is grifting. Like, I mean, when did Ellie Mae come to her channel? Does anybody know? Leave it in the comments because I know 13 watchers and no chatters, but hopefully some people will watch this and catch on.
Viewer, has Six Up ever asked you for money for a lawyer? And she said yes, and she sent me the email that you sent to her. She didn't send you money. Thank God. That's what this was about. I don't care how much money you collected for a lawyer or how you did it. You're going to viewers outside of the public eye and telling them your sob story and asking them, legit just coming out and asking them, like the person that you were so-called reviewing.
Right, she does attack Ziggy to no ends, but here's the problem with that. While she's attacking, she does the same thing. Excuse me. The same thing Ziggy does. She has her cash app. She asks people to donate. It's the whole live stream. It's like flashy. So why do you accuse somebody of doing the same thing you're doing? And what is your damn obsession? Like, most of us creators cover other people. Like, I'll move on to Ernie or Jody Sue or the Wells, or I go into the cartels in Miami. But what does Six Up do? It's every night pounding Ziggy like an obsession. It's odd, in my opinion.
You asked her for money when you said that you hadn't asked anyone for money. You straight up asked her for money in an email one-on-one. That's the whole thing.
Didn't do insinuations over here.
Oh, that's adorable. That's adorable. Keep trying to kiss their asses. See where that gets you. For one day you love them, the next you hate them. You love them, you hate them. You're apologizing, then you're keeping them blocked. I mean, which is it? What's going on? Are you confused about how you feel? There's a reason that you are a moderator.
she'll give permission to use her videos, and then when you use her videos, she'll strike you. It's the oddest shit.
For Ziggy for so long and that you looked up to her for so long. I think you're more alike than you would like to think.
No, if I was a con artist, I would probably take their money, right? It's all about hurt feelings, though. No receipts.
So 6 Up wanted money.
That's very cute. Hurt feelings and no receipts. You should put that in your tagline too. There was a receipt, and I asked.
I never really looked into who she is, Angel. She just always had a really good channel that I followed because she always showed the receipts. I truth don't know where she came from. I just like the content. I shared her YouTube, give her a sub. I don't know when the last time she was on was. It's been a while, in my opinion.
For an email heading to make sure it was indeed a receipt. And it was. You asked her for money, straight up. That's it.
This live is still up, and that's exactly what Ziggy was talking about. That was her thing. The reason why she had to take me down, because I should, whatever, knowledge that she had about my receiving gum lines and whatnot. That's all in my content as well. And if we have to fucking go through every bit of it, we'll sit over here and go through every bit of it.
Actually, you won't, because that's what you frequently say, that you have proven it, that you will prove it, and that you can prove it, but you never do. You won't bring up any of your previous videos because you don't have them categorized in any kind of way. So even you can't find your own content.
No, but she was straight
Okay.
shit on you.
Okay. Enough of that. It was 4.5 hours of shit that she didn't know, had no idea about.
You could turn on your do not disturb while you're on a live stream too. That's just proper etiquette for your viewers that are wearing earbuds.
Cash out.
And yeah, the live that made her do this, though, we're going to watch. We're going to watch it right now.
Of course you are.
We're going to watch some of it. I am sorry about the way that I do certain things and react, but they're reactions. They're raw, they're real, and they're fucking relevant.
We got it. The triple R, your slogan. You got it. You should really try to work that into your branding if you're going to keep using it.
It's in the description, folks.
See? Branding.
Okay.
Use it.
When I come on this channel, unlike Ziggy, who has to scream about being so transparent, right?
You're the same thing.
That's literally what you get here, okay? I'm not going to go on and on and on about that shit. It's so fucking ridiculous and sickening. It makes me sick.
Mm-hmm. You try to say that your only problem that you had with Ziggy is that she told you.
So, I don't know. You're welcome. I don't know what 6 Up said because she deleted her content. But this is a good time. Let me go to Jody and see if Jody left her video off.
Andy, curiosity, the rest no fucking ass.
What I don't understand is why is Andy and Jody Sue's relationship any problem of 6 Ups? I do find it extremely funny, Nana for Life, Ryan finds truth, Gavel. I mean, I want you to listen to how upset Jody is about this, and I know when Jody's upset, she's upset. This is the kind of threats I would get from her. And I don't think domestic violence is funny, which is why I've always kind of backed Jody and people attacked me for it. I think when we dismiss a domestic violence situation, nothing good comes of it, right? Like, look at the mess in Summer's case because of Jody and Andy's domestic violence that CSI is already brought up, and she names me. Jody's right. I owe Jody an apology, and no, I don't, because I've already fucking apologized to her, but she's always Susie. Jody, last night your video coming up and playing that Halloween song was really cute. Sorry guys, I didn't come back. I was really tired. Okay, so let's listen to Jody for a little bit. Because why is Six Up involving herself in Jody and Andy's domestic violence situation? It just doesn't make sense to me.
This will be the only one I give her. That if she mentions my fucking name or goddamn domestic violence on her channel again, ever, I will take her pretty little channel she's built to harass, terrorize, stalk, go real life and extreme on Ziggy. I will take it from her. And then I'm going to serve her ass with papers. This right here ain't going to fly. The rest of them have done it, including Ziggy, the rest of you all. But I'll be goddamned if Six Up over there with fucking gavel hose, Nana fucks for life, and the rest of them with Andy goddamn Bernard and Becca's whore ass all in tow while Karen's lying her ass off on panel about her own goddamn brother is gonna stand here and do this shit about me or the domestic violence that was committed by Andy fucking Bernard against my children and I. Or pretend it didn't happen, or it was just toxic, or somebody's a...
In my opinion, it's deflection, and it's rude, and it's ignorant to get on here, say something, then take it down. Six Up, you need to put it back up, because I think Summer Wells community needs to see exactly what kind of human you are. I don't understand, and if anybody thought, when Gavel and Chroma did this the first time, I came out here to bat for Jody, and I'm going to do it again because it's domestic violence. It's not Summer, and it's not something you take lightly, in my opinion, especially when Dawn abuses Candace live for us all to hear it. I think that's how children and women do go missing, and I think Jody Sue is correct about that. And I don't understand why you put content like that up and then take it down so that you can feed it to your large chat, right? Have them go spread the misinformation or whatever it is you put out, and then you private it and nobody ever gets to see it again. Put the shit back out. I, for one, am tired of your games out here. Show us your face. Your real face. You and Tragedy Pimps Exposed. Hey, you want to talk Trod? TPE, Vargo? How about the Boogeyman?
Fucking Amber Heard. Bitch, I didn't ever lay a fucking hand on that motherfucker. Wasn't toxic. It was his ass being a fucking dopehead. You gotta watch out like a fucking mom over his fucking stupid ass to keep him from doing stupid shit. You know? Weed was too much. Everything else was fucking super too much. But no, and if it wasn't that, it was some dirty fucking horn gas station or a fucking grocery store, or a goddamn boat, or at work, or wherever the fuck. And if you didn't watch him, keep eyes on him, because he's a piece of shit abuser, little monster, mask-wearing motherfucker. Also, ain't quite right, like most of the men in goddamn Ben Hill. It's a genetic thing. Females have it too.
I don't know why Andy is following Ellie around. Are you threatening Andy, Ellie? What is going on at Gavel and everybody? Like your documentation or something? Are you still in touch with Dawn and Candace? Do you still visit the Hill? What are the games you're playing? Why are you so close to Ryan, who just popped out of the woodwork out of nowhere? Like he could just walk on people's properties all over Beach Creek and everywhere else with his psychic wife. And what's this shit about a cult? Somebody praying in another room. Anyways, don't you think it's enough to play games? There's a real missing child 6 up, and you're a real missing empathy bitch.
Oddly enough, but the males have it worse, right? They're all abusers of some variety. All fucking freak shows. Fucking hate it for all of them. Don't care. But I'll be goddamned if she gonna sit there and do that fucking shit with Gabble Whore, Nana Fucks for Life, while palling around with Andy, Curiosity, the rest of them. I'll be goddamned.
Questions.
And I'm telling Six, Gavel, Nana, Andy, the rest of you, keep it up in these groups with fucking whorebags like Six Up, doing the goddamn dirty work, and I'm gonna march mass to any courthouse that I can, even if it takes fucking moving and a goddamn putt tent and a KOA to another goddamn state before they got the fucking papers to have y'all charged with fucking harassment. We're gonna go all the way fucking back to all the fucking years. Including Andy and the rest, instantly trying to get in here and get motherfuckers killed and shit. Look, I'm done with it. I'm done with it. Ziggy done built her whole goddamn ass channel on my cancer and my domestic violence. First spread out, one sentence. You know, Six Up is not gonna stand there and fucking be like, oh, I support abusers and here are all the 1-800 numbers, blah, blah, blah. And be like, well, is Andy convicted though? You know, a lot of men walk out here that aren't, quote, convicted. But look at this fucking...
That's what I'm saying. Who said that? What are we talking about? Did Ellie Mae say that? Because Mae would know who he is. Since her brother and Andy were both busted in the sting that busted the big bust there in Beach Creek, James Lake, right? Are you doing your homework, or is that just some dumb shit you're going to say? I would really, really, really appreciate if you would put that video back out, Six Up. I don't think many people know who you are, and you just come out of the woodwork out of nowhere. Like, you want to battle with people and strike them when you give them permission to use their shit like you're super bitch. I promise you I can be a bigger super bitch. Ain't nobody scared. There's missing people. For me, when it comes to you, it's Layla, Summer, and my friend Lisa. I'm concerned about what my friend Chester said on his travels. It seemed to connect to everybody here about cyanide. And we hear Laura talk about that's how. There's a lot of that with the city. I have questions for Ziggy and Fred, and I think the whole community should. Andy admitted that he has put his hands. Oh yeah, right on my panel, Suzanne. And he wasn't even sorry for doing it. He blamed her. Why should I be sorry? He said. It was around the time Benny got taken off of YouTube. Benny should probably remember it. I think he was in my chat that night. I mean, it's just nuts. Andy comes out here and he just flaunts it. Like, I've had enough. CSI did go sleep in his driveway. He did offer land for rent with Andrew or something, playing fuck shit games like I hope like Candace plays. I think that shit's important, and I think the games are over, Troll. Let's talk about that tablet I gave the police years ago with somebody who looked like your father on it. Did Andy do anything this summer? Probably not, but did Andy know something? I have many reasons for thinking the latter of both. I go down every street. Shared it and offered Andy a line detector test because she took his away. The second Fred didn't want one. I still think Andy needs one. I don't know. The police can lie. The way Ryan's playing fuck shit games, we hear Jody talk about Andy's employer being dirty as fucking lying for Andy all the time. Who knows?
record, dude. And do you think these were the first orders of protection I had fucking out? Well, some judges seen fit to give my daughter and I some protection. If you want to call it that, thanks to you motherfuckers. And all his fucking shenanigans and him running it first month, he done been in prison like he deserved to fucking.
And when I just recently needed protection because of my husband, because of all the YouTube shit and the police calls to my house, which, by the way, CYF came again yesterday in case closed. Please stop. Whoever you are out there doing this, Bob Eggplant Penis said, I don't know where the fuck you went. You had so much shit to talk to. I asked you to come up and debate me. Brother-in-law, oh wait, ex-brother-in-law, piece of shit motherfucker. Anyways, that was a motherfucker. It's hard when you come out on YouTube and you try to go to court and people try to use YouTube against you. I've experienced it, so I can sympathize. It was after Jody recently. However, I went down to see a judge in my city, and the judge, I had a big black eye and a missing tooth. My husband didn't either. However, he was mentally fucking with me really bad, really fucking bad. And the judge wouldn't even hear my case before I could even tell her she'd seen my black eye and missing tooth and didn't even care. Got up, got off, got the bench and left. I couldn't fucking believe it. Shit like that really happens. That's the first time in my life I personally ever went for a PFA. Now, when I was a kid, my mom had PFAs against men with me and my sister's name on it, like my father and a man named Kevin Sherman. But I don't know. And if you listen to Jody tell her stories about Andy's parents being at the jailhouse, almost running her down, there's a lot at the beginning. If you guys are new or you forget, it's worth going back and looking for.
But because of you all and your fuckery, the worst shit has happened. That son of a bitch has not been held accountable, even for the shit he's done through and with all of you all, like Six, Ziggy, fucking Nana, Gavel, fucking, hell's that other whorebag's name? I don't know, Chasing, the rest of you, Candace and Dawn themselves, PG, the rest. Y'all have heard my child fucking speak about the shit. Him, parents did, his parents did, whatever.
You're right.
Right.
I was uneducated.
How dare you stand there, Six, and say that he's not convicted? What? The messages, his own admittances of laying hands on our children? Right? Was that toxic too? And by toxic, I assure you, the motherfucker has always meant, well, Jody Sue wasn't a goddamn doormat like Becca, let me all wild out and do all the dope and shit I wanted and just won't let me fuck everything like pipers in the driveways and shit, you know? Right? Yeah. Jody Sue was like, I see monsters. No, you motherfucking lying. You ain't gonna do me this way. Change is change. Telling me you're sorry ain't shit. Change.
I agree with this.
Motherfucker couldn't. I mean, you could wear it mask on. Hell, you've even seen him fucking abusing that dumb fucking whore on. First thing out of the gates, he's got my shirt on. She's like, okay. She helps him with the shit. She's just as fucking bad as he is. They're both fucking pieces of shit, man. He's also living his worst nightmares. So in that, every day.
They needed a trailer when they have all that land.
And he also hates the fact that I'm wrong.
Oh, wait.
Dirty cat.
And let's not forget that when Ryan came back to YouTube, it wasn't about his brother anymore. It was about Summer, only about Summer. Serafina was sending him on a treasure hunt for Summer in public parks. He goes to Florida chasing a kid. He comes back, he's friends with everybody. He announces in my chat that him and Squall have been friends the whole time, that he's been working with her, and now all Squall's people, like a little cult, are following Ryan around, and they're all in six ops. To me, that's odd. They've never branched out. I'd like to know where Scott and Annie is. Scott, why do you remove all of your content? Penny, I've reached out to you so many ways on here. I've talked to you. I don't hate you like the rest. I don't have an informative opinion. I hear Benny and Tiffany make a lot of accusations and you run and hide from them. To me, that doesn't look good. I mean, this goes deep if you go all the way back to day one of Summer's case. Add in the billboards and the marathon and Chip and international money being moved and Ziggy and the Florida connection. To me, I believe, in my opinion, Fred is 100% my aunt's relative. So is Ellie Mae. I don't know, man.
Yeah, sure.
You know what? Let's go back to 6 up a little bit. Because I got another video too. I'm wide awake. I slept good. I'm glad I'm late.
Or she wasn't even talking to you. I mean, how messed up is this? Let's just walk it through. So you think that you're being a helpful viewer and sending Ziggy some clip or letting her know about something negative about her on YouTube. And she happens to be live with Tabby on Tabby's channel. And Ziggy had a lot of people sending her negative.
Real quick, I want to say, anybody who watches this, anybody watching, Tiffany's son's still fighting for a bone marrow transplant. I asked for an update. She just left my thing, so I'm going to assume they're still praying and needing in need of prayers. So if you could please keep David and Tiffany and their family with fingers crossed and prayers going on, I appreciate it just because I'm watching her. So it's hard when you have a kid that's even grown. You don't know their future. Keep prayers going for them. Tiffany, I'm still praying.
Negative things because there were a lot of negative things. At this point, Ziggy just wants to put her head in the sand and la 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 la, but that's another story. So Ziggy says during the live stream, stop sending me negative things about myself. I told you to stop. That's what you're saying has created nearly a year of you ranting and raving about one person. What? So the jerks are wrong about you wanting to go to Tennessee with Ziggy. Okay. I think you're wrong about it being the issue that she said on a live stream, stop sending me negative things.
I'm not meaning to attack the jerks, but they attacked me for no reason recently. Not that recently, like within the last few months. I was really shocked considering they like me and we Scottish mom comes over to my chat quite often. But then I started thinking a lot of them were from the UK and different parts of the country. And their attacks on Ziggy were quite unique as well. Not to mention, it was about money and credit cards and things of that nature. And here I am thinking Ziggy, in my opinion, could possibly be in a situation where there's some stock markets or a few other things you're not really supposed to accuse people of on YouTube, so I won't, but you can get the bigger picture. Hi, Crystal, hope all is well. It's hard to hear you through. Oh, the fan. Damn it. Hold on. Thank you for reminding me. You guys gotta remind me earlier. Look, your hair fall. My desk holds it up. All right. So, anyways, I forget what I was saying, but thank you for that, Tea Moonflower.
Didn't she, I think you told me that
Lots
she
of
said she wasn't even talking to you, that it was someone else. And instead of saying, oh, okay, my bad, I shouldn't have assumed. And yeah, I'll stop sending her negative things. Instead of doing that, you went on a several-month rant. I don't think that's the real reason either. Come on. So you take your little vacation, doing whatever, hey, everyone's entitled. And you come back and you think that people have just forgotten everything about you. And you actually think that you are going to try to rewrite history.
She does it often.
That's not going to happen. Annette emailed me because of you going off on Cam. She told you directly of you going off on Cam. That's not going to happen. Annette emailed me because of you going off on Cam. She told you directly that she was upset that you were following your chatters around to different chats and monitoring their activity. She told you that. And you blew her off. She did support your channel and she did appear in your streams whenever you were there. Whenever you went live, she was there. And to witness you picking apart Cam, his actions, things on his body, the way he's talking, and calling him out, saying that he's an active addiction. Personally, whatever signs or symptoms you saw, I think that you're ultra sensitive to them, number one. And number two, you probably weren't that secure in your own recovery that instead of just looking for his email address and shooting him an email like, hey, Cam, I don't know, just what I saw and just from my own experience, I'm thinking maybe you might need some help. I have some resources. Hey, give him a phone number, give him whatever. Offer to be there for him. But you went on a live stream and tore into him. Absolutely tore into him. And then at the very end, I only mean well. I just want everyone to be in recovery. Yeah. If you were that secure in your own recovery, you would have compassion for other addicts in recovery or not. You don't have compassion for yourself, and you projected that onto Cam. That's very clear because you have no personal connection.
I don't remember the whole Cam situation, but here's what I'll say. After this, a Stacy Slay, a Christy Vincent, a whole bunch of people that shouldn't have been sending Cam money was sending Cam money. Boo-hoo, poor Cam, enabling him during active addiction. And that's concerning to me. I don't know if anybody remembers that. Like 6up, how long have you actually been around? Did you have other names? I have a lot of questions for you. And that is an interesting name.
With Cam, to be that outraged that he, even if he was, what business? It's really no business of yours. And for you to be that emotional over it.
You know somebody named Mariah by chance? Like army shit and was kind of angry at me. Do you know that we can bring you hope, people? 6up. I have questions. Same with Prayer Garden. Nobody's off the hook here, even though Prayer Garden came to my chat not too long ago and it was odd. Hey, PG, you want to have a conversation where you're not screaming at me with your face yet? I don't understand why you creators come out here, change your pictures, or just don't show your face at all. And this is a missing child's case. Statistics show 80% of the time a stranger abduction or an abduction, somebody will stay included in the case in some way or another. And Tim Mullins is shady to me. If you're looking at all lanes, I'm not saying any of y'all had anything to do with taking Summer, but money is a necessity on YouTube for some. Them cash apps never come down. They're built. Memberships. Oh, thank you. Who's getting the most money in Summer's case right now? Pay attention. I got $40 last night. I'm going to call it out because that lady's not from my country. I don't think she's dirty by any means. But in my opinion, Helen has been with me a long time, and she's also a very good friend of ELP. They did some research on her. I'm not sure who she is in real life. However, pay attention to people's cash apps, how quick they come, their memberships, their donations. Over $50 is like a worrisome spot. I went over that once before. My husband's going back to he got a new job. I'm not going to say where or what, but he's working another job. I'm taking it over. But we're going to have money again. I'm going to have all my apps, and we're going to ask the chat GPT what resources, and we're going to go over the money laundering on YouTube possibilities again, because just a lot of shady shit. I don't know. Weird to me.
It's not about Cam. That was about you. Very, very clearly. So Annette emailed me about that. How did I see it?
And then you got Camera also at the same time taking in donations and all this other shit for him, enabling him, in my opinion. But what you also have is he's running around at the beginning of this with Chase and Jackhammer at prayer vigils, doing weird shit like a baptismal in the lake. Then soon after, before I think they went to a campground, got kicked out. You got TT on here busted in my own bank accounts with her husband's name. Somebody's using her and her husband's name, playing games with fucking Rap and Jankies, Ernie. Enough is enough. It's just weird. It's strange shit. Fuck y'all got going on.
It was absolutely atrocious.
5 lawsuits. I'm done. Y'all are cute. Just wait till everything comes out in the wash. If I'm right about all the shit I'm thinking. I promise you, it won't be the lawsuits against me. You'll be in prison and I'll have your estate. In my opinion, I'm speculating. Call me crazy if you want. I got a little bit of confirmation yesterday about something, and I'm just going to leave it at that from one of my locals.
Atrocious. And in fact, I'm going to put out a video saying that I distance myself from her entirely because I was completely out of line on every level. And even to this day, you defend your actions. You took down the video, though. You put it on members only, and I think you took it down altogether. If you stood by it, it would still be up. Clearly, you know you went about it a little bit in the wrong way. But you work your ass off because you're so passionate about your cause, huh? You're so passionate that you'll create your own content? Really?
And let me all tell you that from my experience, and Tragedy Pimps Nose Melissa.
A 5th picture. This time, in my opinion, she's trying to copy Tiffany Marie. That's a 5th human picture. She never uses the same photograph, in my opinion. Holy hell.
Knows all the clip channels and any of the creators, putting out a video, editing a video is not easy. And it takes a lot of work, especially when you don't have the equipment to do it with.
What equipment do you need to put out videos? Don't know what you're talking about there. So there are many video editing apps and software that you can use on a trial basis for free. Some you can use entirely free for life, really. They may not have like all the bells and whistles, but it's definitely enough to get a video done. And you're right. I'm glad you are acknowledging that creating videos is hard work.
I don't see her, and she doesn't go live. She makes videos. And I know you don't make any money because I just did it for 8 weeks. I haven't got a paycheck from YouTube for almost 3 months. You don't make money like that on AdSense, guys.
Sounds like you don't make money.
I don't see her, and she doesn't go live. She makes videos. And I know you don't make any money because I just did it for 8 weeks. I haven't got a paycheck from YouTube for almost 3 months.
Sorry. Is this the one we're watching now? Hold on. If you look at the thumbnail, we just seen a picture, in my opinion. That one might match, but I don't think so. To me, it looks a little different. Go check it out. But then there's one with her with blonde hair. There's the one she has now with the long face and big nose. Shit's just not adding up. Why is your picture constantly changed? 6 up. It's weird as fuck, dude. Like, weird. Okay, we're not going to put Jody back on. Let's go to... Here's the second video. This one's an hour and 21 minutes. I'll skip ahead a little bit, so if there's any hellos. But let's listen. Here's more. This is her on Reddit.
I mean, what did you expect? And then there was another line I feel that was crossed. But so I decided to just go back and while I was editing other things and, being my lonely, jealous, vindictive cunt self, sitting here by myself, I thought, let me just like have that playing in the background and see, just see like if it's always good, I think, to listen back sometimes. Because there are going to be things that were said that didn't mean anything to you at the time, but listening back, it can. And I started to see the something that stood out to me. And I don't know why it stood out to me now, because this has always been on 6 Up Media's channel. And like I said, I'd never really looked into her that much before. I just didn't really care enough to. All right, so let me go to her last live stream. So yeah, she had some like Christmas light show at the end of her last live stream, and let me tell you, Mariah Carey will strike your video in a heartbeat. I went to a Mariah Carey concert, her Christmas concert, a couple years ago, and of course I took video and I put it on one of my other channels, thank God, and it was like instantaneous. Mariah was on it. She's each person receives 1,000. So, people were banned, I guess, like from ticker going by with all of her payment options. So this is now the replacement. I would assume it's in her description. Yeah, trying to be compensated for this type of crap is like, it's pretty much fruitless, really. Not enough people are watching, not enough people care, and advertisers really don't want to be associated with this crap. So here's something that I do when I'm doing my investigations, right? I don't run background checks on people. I feel like that's just going an extra layer that is just a little too much for just fucking around on the internet. Now, if I'm seriously dating a man, my lonely, jealous, vindictive cunt self, if I actually find a date and I'm interested in him, I do run a preliminary background check, and I have found things. So ladies, don't be afraid to do that. You know, spend the whatever if you're truly interested. If you're like, I want to see him again, and I think I want to see him again, check him out. Check him out. Oh, by the way, Maleficent, I'm not actually looking to get married. No. No husband and no children? You lonely, unloved cunt. Can you imagine such a life? Oh my God. To be fulfilled in other areas of your life? I'm good in my life. I'm good. Trust me. You don't have to trust me. I don't really care. So part of what I do in my investigations is I take usernames, because a lot of people will use the same username over and over. So for example, we have PayPal. Let me just blow this up quickly. But you've probably seen this scrolling by on 6up Media's chat before. PayPal / Jiffy Do, JIFFYDO. So just for the hell of it, like, let me just Google Jiffy Do. So I did that, and I found quite a bit. Now, it's Jiffy Do. Could someone else have used that as a username at some point? Sure, absolutely. And you really kind of like when they do that behavioral analysis, like you can't just pick one thing and like, oh, this is it. You got to put things together. You know, do these things coming together, do they make sense that it adds up to this person? Because 6up Media's government name is the first name and the last name are extremely common. And searching for her in general, I eventually found her, but it took me a while. But people do give away a lot of information about themselves, don't they? Online in general. So 6up Media told us when her birthday was. And now would I have remembered that? No. But I sent her a PayPal on her birthday. She turned 42 on April 20th. And I sent her a PayPal on April 21st. So I guess I don't know if I sent it late or what, but so I was thinking for a while that maybe her birthday was April 21st, but I found that it is the 20th. And so I said, oh yeah, I remember I sent her a PayPal. Let me go into my receipts and check what date that was. Because I wrote a message like, oh, I listened to your stream last night. You were talking about the Grateful Dead. Because that's the type of content that is very unique and interesting and not the same negative, bitter resentment at someone you don't know. Yeah. But I sent her, she turned 42, so I sent her $24.42. And I was just like, yeah, happy birthday, whatever, you know? And so I saw the date and I'm like, okay, I have her birthday. So that's something else that we can verify. Let me show you the first thing that came up. And I have never seen this before. I've never had this come up before on anybody. So I searched Jiffy Doo, Jiffydo, and this was the first result. And it's Reddit. For those of you who don't know, Reddit, it's the website for the internet, essentially. Anything and everything you could ever imagine is on Reddit, and there are things called subreddits. Reddit is the website, subreddits are the topics, and anyone can create a subreddit on any topic.
My kids know about Reddit. I Google something, if Reddit comes up, I go on it and read it. I don't really quite understand it. This was very explanatory, but this gets really deep and interesting. We're not going to watch the whole thing. I've been on 1:05. I like to take an intermission. So what we're going to do, since there's only 21 of you, is I'm going to go to videos and we're going to find one of mine. Because, of course, I want to promote my own shit. We should go over all these chase clips. But we're going to take a break here. No, it won't be mean. How long is that? Nope. Hold on, guys. Let's take a break. Hindrance. I'm trying to see if I have any educational stuff on here, and I don't. Here, Jody. No, that ain't the whole thing. Is it? No, I never finished it. Okay. We will play. Sorry. How about the Hill family feud a little bit? Let's move on. A little. Show my info down there. I think I have in here the
Told
skit.
him I'd be there no matter what. That I wouldn't do him like last time. The reason why last time I done him that way is because 3 days after he went to jail, he turned his shit back up. He turned everything over to his mom. He didn't give me a chance to do anything for him. After his mom caused us to lose our children and everything.
Did you? Yeah, I know. I remember that. I remember that whole situation.
So I told him to go to hell. Took
when
his
they
mom's
called-
side over me.
Right, and he doesn't. He knows, and he didn't trust his mom very much either. I don't think.
No.
So, I mean,
All they done was put him in jail so they could get that money.
yeah.
Because he was getting ready to get $50,000 from a life insurance, car accident.
Oh, okay. So somebody's here that is trying to. I think it's. I don't know if you. I don't want to upset you, but do you want me to? It might be one of the sisters commenting here, or do you want me to ignore it?
Fred's sisters?
Possibly. I don't know what it's saying. They're saying what's messed up is he left you with $400, and then me and my sister went to get you to take you to the jail and help him. You refused to go, so it must be one of his sisters.
That's a fucking lie. That's a lie. That's a damn lie.
It's somebody under somebody's. The screen name is called Not Today. I do know that the sisters have been coming around because Julie was on here the other day.
Well, just ignore it because I don't got nothing to say to that bitch.
Okay, I'll just
I
ignore
just
them.
had to fight. I had to fight her the other day.
Which one,
Just
Julie or?
to get a little bit of clothes. Karen.
Oh,
They took over everything up there like they own everything. But I got news for them. I can go back and get anything I want up there on that hill. I was there for 20 damn years. All I have to do is get the law.
Right. You can't contact anybody, so it's even worse.
And the car that I was driving, I couldn't drive the truck because his sister threatened to call the law on me.
Right. They're going to be watching you. Yeah, they're going to be watching you. So if you don't have your...
And they don't have a driver's license.
Yeah.
And they could have got me for stealing the truck because it's in Julie's name. So I don't know what he's thinking about, that I had different vehicles to drive, but he needs to get off the dope.
I believe in common law partners.
Yes.
Huh?
I swear, as God's my witness, Fred did not give me no $400. There was $60 in his wallet. It makes me so mad, man.
He said 300. No, I don't even know where 400 is. It sounds like the sisters are talking about a previous arrest, about 400 or something. But
They're crazy.
this time's kind of, what makes me mad is that you didn't even admit to that. You said you had all 5 subtexts and you can sell them to get you some money. What? Something about 5 subtexts she's saying, I don't know. But she wasn't good at selling. She can't sell anything. I mean, gosh, she just got in trouble for... Yeah. What? Who is both using? Are you talking about... Who do you mean not today? I know how much they were both using. They took both our checks every month and bought as much meth as they could. Both your checks. Anyways. I'm not trying to ignore you not today, but I don't want to, I mean, you're welcome to make your comments in the chat and stuff. I just don't want to, it's not going to go anywhere. I don't want any type of combativeness this early in the morning.
Tell her to get a life.
So
instead of messing with my life, won't you go mess with your own? Clean out your own closet.
but
We long to help you while you're at it.
well, they admitted it though. I mean, Fred's admitted that so somebody in the, I think it's one of the sisters said something about Fred, or you got using drugs or whatever, but Fred's already admitted that never was a secret. He's always been very open about his drug use.
Yeah.
But, I guess that's up to people to decide. Like, does that mean, if he was using drugs, can we trust him, what he's saying? I mean, I don't think just because somebody is using drugs that we have to discount everything they say and not, I know meth is one of those drugs that sometimes can cause people to have, if they're up for many days and stuff, they can have some type. Does he ever have any of those, like where he goes into, kind of has a...
I've never seen him where he goes into hallucinations, no.
Okay.
But everybody...
Huh?
I've had everybody ask me if he was snitching and everything else, and I don't think Fred's a snitch. I've never known of him to tell on anybody for anything.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. Now, people can call him a snitch if they want to.
In my opinion, Fred snitched in the James Light shit. I think that's possibly how he got off charges for other things. My keyboard is a mess. People have said Fred snitched. You gotta listen, pay attention. So, I don't know.
Because of the Summer Wells thing, but that's so
People
different.
calling me a snitch, and I done my time.
Yeah.
It's just something that you got to deal with when you get out of jail.
Oh, wow. So here's something I'm going to tell you what So one of his sisters just said Fred got his motion of discovery, and Fred said that Jeff Everly and Pat Wilcox were the ones that bought from him. He also did He also did a polygraph.
We heard and heard and heard about the polygraph, but did you hear the name Everly? That's the guy that Fred said had the dirt bike, but we later found out it was a man named Jamie Cox through Ellie Mae. That's what she told me in text messages. Who lived upstairs of the store that Fred's saying he seen Andy at, the gas station. Just weird.
Oh my
Well,
God,
that's
can you
great.
send me a copy of it, please?
That's good.
Please? Like, can you please? It would be so good for Fred, because
And I did mention that I find it very odd the Burn Barrel came out on Ziggy's like they buddies again. I liked Burn Barrel. I just did a complete 360. You have too many details to too many people, things people normally don't find. And to come out on Ziggy's after the big debacle about the lie detector test and the fighting and your departure, you're just going to come back now at this time. I don't find any fun in that. Why don't you bring Ellie Mae with you?
you don't understand, like, I'm sure you do understand how many people are trying to blame him. If you have a copy of that, would be really, really important to get out there.
Why don't she sell his cars and get him out of jail? Or is she just gonna put that on everything else too, her pocket?
She said that Fred
Blame me for it.
She said Fred had a polygraph done on him. It was requested by Detective Pruitt, and the TBI did the polygraph. So did he pass? You haven't stated if he passed.
Did Fred say it was requested by Pruitt? Because I thought Fred said it was requested by TBI. I'm not sure. Just thoughts. Don't quote me on that.
Oh yeah, the polygraph was done about summer, guys, because that's what he was talking about. If
There you go, baby. There you go. There you go.
How's your dogs doing, by the way?
I don't know. I lost them.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I lost my dogs. Everything I had.
That's what we were afraid of. Not today. Do you know if the dogs are okay?
No.
I know I was asking whoever that is in the chat. I wish that Fred's sister, I wish you would email me that copy of a, if you have a lie detector test, that would be really, really helpful to people here.
Don't hold your breath, Ziggy.
Did he pass? Not today? Don't hold my breath. Because you're not saying, and what you're gonna do is, by you not saying, people are gonna automatically assume he failed. Because why wouldn't you say? I don't know. I kind of want to see it to be for sure. I mean, so not today is not going to tell, but can you not tell us? You can't tell us if he passed or failed? Okay, I'm just going to have to assume that he failed if she's not going to say it. I can't believe that he would, but I don't believe he would fail.
You get the hint. You know what? Now that we're do a nap though. What I'm gonna do. Trying to remember the name. Give me a minute. I have. Yeah, let me make sure I'm sharing a part 2 to that. And I think I'm going to make a part 3. Here, Fred, I said some music.
Fred's my name, a hillbilly with a comb. Always high, always looking for his next low. Snitching on everyone, causing a commotion. In this little county, where secrets aren't safe from the notion. Living in a trailer, the mind full of weed. Fred's always scheming, planting bad seeds. Is you to create a wife? They're a team, ripping folks off. It's all part of their twisted dream. Fred's got a drug problem, ain't no doubt about that. Cocaine and meth, they got him hooked, that's a fact. He'll snitch on his mama, his cousin, and his brother. No one's safe from Fred, he's like no other. It's like no other. That's a fact, no snitch on his mama, his cousin and his brother. No one's safe from Fred, he's like no other.
I have so much. Hold on. Did you guys see my little funny? If you guys can go give this a like, it's a short video. It helps the channel. Let's watch this real quick, and then we're going to get back to 6 Up.
Where you at, Grandis? Where you at, Grandis? I know you're in this motherfucker somewhere. Where you at, baby? Y'all see Grandis? Where Grandis go? Grandis!
Well, I have a sticky button situation. Hold on. My N is sticking. I need a new keyboard so bad. I've been saying it forever. All right. There's the link to that video if you guys want to go give it a like. All right, back to the 6 Up. This gets interesting. Pay attention.
You can even find pornography subreddits. Like this, all drug stuff, like all kinds of stuff. Everything. But well, not everything. They don't allow like CP, that kind, obviously, thank God. But yeah, pretty much anything. And you can subscribe to all these subreddits. You can get updates and you can follow threads, and it's just an amazing website. And if you don't have a username, I don't know where you've been. Just go search around Reddit, and I'll see you in 6 years when you when you bring your head back up, because you will fall into the biggest rabbit hole you've ever been in. All right. So this is what came up. It's a subreddit called Automatically Updated USL List. I'm like, what's what's a USL list? And I searched USL list and nothing relevant came up. So I searched RST list. But I'm like, okay, so what is it about this automatically updated USL list that 6 Up Media has anything to do with? And here's where you can kind of fall into some like, well, maybe this isn't really a good lead, like maybe, but click here to see ban list. I'm like, oh, people were banned, I guess. Like, from what? Like, why? Huh? Subreddits have a r/ in front of it. So like r/cats. Usernames have a u/ and the username. Like mine is u/ just the receipts. So these are all usernames. You see hashtag scammer, hashtag sketchy. Some have both, and automatically updated USL list. So first I just looked for Jiffy Do. Like, all right, well, is that even on here, right? So we have two usernames. We have Jiffy Do 420, which is 6 Up Media's birthday, April 20th, and Jiffy Doe. So I'm like, Jiffy Doe, that could absolutely not be her. So I didn't even really go down that path at first, right? So she has hashtag sketchy, and I'm like, sketchy? Why is she sketchy? Especially on a site like Reddit. Reddit is, guys, if you know Reddit, if you know the enormity of Reddit and everything that it entails, I mean, they tracked down the Boston Marathon bomber Tsarnaev on a subreddit. They did that on Reddit. It's a resource. It's huge. So for Jiffy Do 420 to be sketchy on Reddit is kind of a big thing. This isn't some just like rinky-dink website, okay? So I'm like, all right, well, what is, because look how many names are on here. It just, I don't even know. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. So it's automatically updated USL list, RST list. So I'm like, well, what does that mean? Right. So I start Googling around because I can't really find anything. It's like, it's a strange little subreddit that there's not really any information on there except for all these usernames. So this is GitHub, and this has tracked this subreddit and everything, that all the changes that have happened to it over the years. It's been up for years. So RST is Reddit Shopping Tool. That's what it stands for. I know that from up here. Reddit Shopping Tool. So I look down through the history. I'm like, all right, we have like create license, update manifest changelog. Like this is like technical stuff. Firefox compliance changes, okay, because this is getting automatically updated. So there's somebody, JavaScript, cascading style sheets, HTML. So there's somebody or somebodies that are creating this and monitoring it as it's being continually updated with these usernames. So like these are software nerds. I have a software engineer in the family, so I say that, like affectionately. So Reddit Shopping Tool. So README, this is like the skinny. Reddit Shopping Tool is an extension that automatically identifies any users that have been banned on the universal scammer list. Let me zoom in. Where am I?
So she's saying 6 Up was banned. on a scammer list. You know what's really weird? When my husband was doing all his weird shit with my ex-brother-in-law, his phone was coming up as a scammer when he called me. It was the strangest shit. He was over in Six Ups watching her videos. I have questions.
Reddit Shopping Tool is an extension that automatically identifies any users on the huge website that is Reddit that have been banned on the Universal Scammer List. Big disclaimer, this does not identify any new scammers or scammers that have Reddit accounts not on the list. So although it's being continually updated, they're saying this isn't going to be like up to the minute accurate. So if a name is on that list, it has been there for a while. So yeah, you can add the extension to Chrome. This is going to be basically if you have a subreddit that you are managing and like it's a thing, because subreddits can get a crazy amount of followers. So, and it's just like has all the versions, you know, like what was changed, what was updated. They created a wiki which contains universalscammerlist.com data. Did you know that such a thing existed? I didn't. I did not. So I'm like, universalscammerdata.com. universalscammerlist.com. All right, now this is just from Googling Jiffy Doo. That's all I did. Was not hard to find. So this is universalscammerlist.com. Okay, and this goes into the instructions. Like if you are a Reddit moderator or manager of a subreddit, it tells you how to ban a user from your subreddit. And it's like it's serious business. Like you will not be able to post. So Universal Scammer List is the system supporting a collection of subreddits who agree to work together to limit the impact that those who have scammed or have shown the intention to scam can have on members of the buy, sell, trade communities. Common tags, and this just tells you like how to ban someone, how to unban. Common tags. The following tags are common. The following tags are common tags, which can be used to ban a user in any subreddit: scammer, sketchy, compromised, or troll. Jiffy Doo was tagged as sketchy. So I'm like, okay, what does that mean? And is this even Six Up Media? Is this even her, right? So let's go back down to Jiffy Doo and we'll just click on the username. Jiffy Doo 420. Her birthday's April 20th. And I know that because I sent her just a little token, you know, like I try to be supportive, even though I'm a loner. I try to be supportive of other content creators. And at the time, there was no real issue. So she was turning 42. So I said, let me send her, and I wanted to be cute about it, you know, 2442. Happy 42nd birthday, Jen. Your live sounded like so much fun. I wish I'd been there. Loved your stories about the Grateful Dead and fish. Transaction date, April 21st, 2022. So I said, oh, okay. The 420 makes sense, right? But I'm like, 421. But I went to Ziggy's video that she did with Tabby and saw on some of those documents that she pulled up that the birthday was 420. So I must have been late, or it must have been, what time was this? Maybe it was like just after midnight. Nope. 6:30 in the afternoon. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. But 420 made sense. But people do use 420 for other reasons, right? So it's like, maybe it's still not her. We got to really check it out. Get your receipts. The first post that we have on Jiffy Doo 420 is, why isn't YouTube paying me? So we know Jiffy Doo 420 is a YouTuber. The post was removed. You don't see this very often. So I'm like, why was it removed? I'm a very curious person. I like to know what's going on. Sorry, this post has been removed by the moderators of the YouTube subreddit. So this is the YouTube subreddit. Okay, this is what she posted and her post was removed. So you can see this is an extremely active subreddit. There are 647,000 subscribers. Right now online are 409 people. And people post all kinds of stuff, YouTube related, all kinds of stuff. All kinds. And look how many moderators there are. This is how many 3 community managers. Moderators remove posts from feeds for a variety of reasons, including keeping communities safe, civil, and true to their purpose. And usually, this is what's so great about Reddit is that they have auto moderators. It's just a bot that does like an auto response.
That's some really thorough digging. Hey guys, remember the other day I blocked out the name and I folded the top because there's another name he wrote. But remember I was telling you about my friend. I want to give you a little update. I'm pissed off. I've been calling the hospital he's supposed to be at, and the number's busy. And it's a government entity hospital. Oh shit, I left the cigarette burning. It's making me really fucking mad. I haven't been able to get in touch with him. So if his family's out there watching, please let him know. I have been trying every day. But this is what we did when we were in the hospital. He drew me a Mickey Mouse. Ain't that cute? I wanted to show that. We had other pictures. That's all we did was draw the whole time. I'm really worried about him and I'm getting pissed off to no extent. All right, here we go.
And so it kind of lets you know what's going on when your post doesn't post. So it says, "Hi, Jiffy Doo 420. We're currently holding posts from users below a set post karma for review due to a large number of posts that break our rules." If you've read our rules and your post doesn't break our rules, please send us a mod mail, just an email asking for approval, and we'll review it as soon as we can. Sorry for any inconvenience. I am a bot. This action was performed automatically. So what karma is, we're getting into like a whole Reddit tutorial here. So 6up Media's post saying, "Why isn't YouTube paying me?" was automatically removed because she had a low karma count. So what's karma? You can see up here, just the receipts, 46 karma. Basically, anytime you post, you start a new thread anywhere on Reddit, you get one point, essentially. Actually, let me just show you. Because I'm just posting these on my user wall. So this is karma. This one right here, I made a new thread. I'm just posting my videos here, but you get 1 karma for every time you post a new thread. If someone comes along and they're like, "Yeah, I love this," and they can upvote it or downvote it. If they downvote it, it goes down to 0. If someone else comes along and downvotes it, it goes down to -1. And the inverse is true for going up. So you can see on this was actually a Reddit. This happened on Reddit during the Darrell Brooks trial. And the whole subreddit got taken down, so I can't even show you. You can go watch the video, I guess, though. So I post it, right? And because I'm just posting everything here. But 5 people came along and upvoted it. So now I have 6 karma on this post. And basically, Reddit just adds it all together, and they give you a karma count. And for just the receipts, I have 46. So it's not a huge amount, but what karma does is it shows your track record on Reddit. Like, are you posting nonsense that people are downvoting? Because Redditors are kind of serious. I'm telling you, they're kind of serious. They take their information very seriously. That's probably why I enjoy the whole community as a whole so much, because you ask a question, like a legitimate question. Like, I've posted about like plumbing stuff on here. And if someone comes along and tells you to stick a finger in a leaky pipe, it's going to get downvoted. People are like, the question is about plumbing. so if you're coming along posting crap and people start downvoting you, your karma is going to be very low. And so subreddit YouTube said, oh no, Jiffy Do 420 is being automatically removed because your karma is so low. We're currently holding posts from users below a set post karma for review due to a large number of posts that break our rules. Because people with low karma, either they just joined today, and if that's the case, then you go to the next. If you read our rules, you're following the rules, please send us an email and we'll check it out. So like, it's very reasonable. But if you're a shit poster, that's what they call it, your post is going to be taken out, especially a huge subreddit like this. Number 2, don't be toxic. That was grounds for auto removal right there, I think. Yeah, so if you're a shit poster, there's signs of that, and they're just going to block you right out of the gate. So Jiffy Do 420 her post didn't even go up. And you know what? Let me downvote so you can see what that looks like. So now it's a 0. So why isn't YouTube paying me? So we know now that Jiffy Do 420 is a YouTuber, okay, or someone who thinks YouTube should be paying them for some reason. Now this is the Jiffy Do 420 Reddit page. So now she has 0 karma. She had 0 when I looked at it first. She joined on August 6, 2019 on Reddit. But she has a 5-year club trophy, which means she's been a Redditor for 5 years. So this shows something is going on with maybe the username was changed. And that's what gets into the sketchy part. Okay, why was the username changed? You've been on here for 5 years, but your cake day, your Reddit birthday is only 3 years ago. What? So we go down. Let's go down. Let's see the posts. Jiffy Do 420 commented on offer groceries Amazon list in the subreddit called food_pantry. So for this post, and she had been downvoted to 0 for this, people really don't like to bring other Redditors down to 0 unless they really deserve it. Like, they'll just let you keep your 1 and no one will upvote you if they think you're not really adding to the conversation. But to be downvoted, it kind of means something. So this was deleted. Why? So we can click on it. The thread is archived. Someone made an offer. So there are like, I hate to even show you some of you people this because you're going to come on here and take advantage. But these people are, they can spot scammers, and apparently they did because the post was deleted. But the original post was someone offering to pay for groceries. It's like paying it forward. It's like a charity thing. I'm sure people obviously do take advantage of it because people get #sketchy or #scammer. So this had been fulfilled. So whatever this person was offering, and you see they have 37 karma. So people were like upvoting it, like, oh, it's very nice of you. They were offering to buy someone's groceries. And this would have been a whole post, but it has now been archived. It was 2 years ago too, but it was fulfilled. So once an offer like that is fulfilled, they don't want people to continue posting thinking that they have a chance, right? So Jiffy Do 420, her comment was removed by a moderator. Your submission was removed because you do not have at least 500 karma. That's a lot. Please see the sidebar or wiki for a full list of rules. And this is one way they're weeding out people. If you have 500 karma, you've been on Reddit and an active user on Reddit for a while. So if they're considering buying your dog food or buying your groceries, they can go through everyone's history of any kind of thread that they started or any of their comments is public. They can go through all of it, like we're doing right now. They can go through all of it. So they can see, has this person also been posting on subreddit charity, subreddit need help for Christmas, subreddit, like, oh, they're hitting all of them up. Then they might be like, But if they see you're an active contributor to the community, maybe you have paid for someone's groceries in the past, like they are assessing, they are looking at you. So this 500 minimum karma, it's a lot, but they even give you a wiki.
I totally missed the damn garbage can here. I'm eating pumpkin seeds. We burnt them and they're gross, but I'm still trying to eat them and I'm going to swell because they're all salty. I threw the link, Jody. Whenever you're ready. Honestly, thank you for that song last night. It made me smile. I laughed all the way to bed. I had a headache. I wasn't feeling good. I don't like jokes. Benny, what was you trying to say that Jody was gone 13 days? Like there was some hope. Is tonight the night for what? All right, I'm going to keep playing this. If Jody wants the link, it's there.
They give you a list of rules. Like all this stuff. So, I mean, it's serious, not a long-term solution. Do not message users directly to ask for assistance. Seems to be a general standard across the board. And, if you are having trouble, but you can't meet the requirements for this, then they give you options like food links. Food bank, applied for food stamps, blah, 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 even in the UK, right? So like they're not just leaving you hanging. But and this has almost 43,000 members. Only
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
And just to make this clear, we still are not cool. We're not friends. I'm still free. Never mention me, my family, anything else again. I still think you are what you are and welcome in this group as you have been for years. But the piece you just played with Laura there?
Yeah.
Doesn't strike you as weird that she says $50,000?
It does. And doesn't it strike you weird that that's what, when all the hoax calls was going on, that's what they were asking for?
I don't know which hoax calls really, but
Hey, we Scottish.
now the thing is that Fred was the first one to ever mention an amount of anything to me, right? You said Don was in debt. It's close to $50,000. That's the first little while after Summer vanished down there in the roadway. But I figured Fred had gotten that. Even in real time, I'm like, what the fuck? He's just been skeezing their Facebooks or something. Because you see, Don and Candace had the property for sale, right? They'd offered it to Andy and I at first. But do you remember what I said they offered it to Andy and I for? Or any other neighbors?
Was it 14?
It was around $20,000. And then months later, Candace pops up with a post on the Facebook wanting 50 grand. She didn't want to move. We knew she didn't want to move from the beginning. All her horse shit, everybody else horse shit about we wanted their land more than God himself. No, we didn't. Everybody in the neighborhood is just like, man, how can we buy this and split it so we don't even worth it? It's like Candace didn't even get to that sort of a jab at the time, right? But no, and we knew when they offered it to us $20,000, right? We knew they weren't really going to sell. You know what I'm saying? Candace didn't want to go. Donnie took off overnight. Like, he literally packed up, put a new engine in a truck. I think at that time, I can't remember if it was that time or not, he'd asked Andy to get some new tires from Hayworth. They're right, see what he could price them at. Andy got him tires. He loaded up one of the dirt bikes, took it. It never came back, etc. But anyway, Don wasn't sending money to Candace during the time. He was telling her to sell everything, but she's like, fuck him, I'm going to keep the money. He's not sending money back. She's like, I would just wish he would bring back my son, though. And then he could go the fuck on, stay in Utah. Fuck that motherfucker, right?
Back his wife and son. Okay, God.
And so anyway, then weirdness kept happening. Don kept coming in and out from Utah. He didn't stay in Utah that whole time. He was coming in and out of fucking town, right? Anyway, so eventually, though, something happened. Next thing you know, even I seen it on Facebook. They
Wait a minute. He was coming in and out of town?
Yeah.
And, oh, okay. God.
I'm showing the receipts on this. Do you not have them, Crystal? Or are those part of the ones Gavel and all them made to pretend it was all fake and it's because of the phone? Remember that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dog was literally coming in and out of town from Utah. Sure was.
Oh, God. Okay, God.
Anyway, so thing was, after a while, right? There was a post that went up on Facebook, I guess, and it said they wanted $50,000 for it. But still in person, everybody else, it was 20. It didn't make any sense. We just knew they weren't going to sell anyway. I mean,
So
and we figured Candace.
So they were looking for 50 grand.
Well, I guess. I mean, that's the post you all have out here on the YouTube streets is $50,000, right?
Yeah.
That's what we've seen too in real time. But some of our ministers didn't put up the post and online they were asking 50. But to us in person, it was 20 months before that. I think it has some part to do with some people coming and going. We killed a few others. I don't know, but what I think and what I thought in real time when Fred told me about the almost $50,000 debt Don had, yeah, I was like, that motherfucker's just been skeezing his Facebook since he moved them out. You know what I mean? He's seen it, correlated it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Made up a lie from it. That's what Fred sort of does most of the time. He picks up shit like a shiny little rock. And I was like, ooh.
I mentioned your video where you had said Andy had found a few times, big bags of meth. And
it wasn't like a kilo or nothing, Susie. This was like, when I say big, I mean, look, meth is bullshit anyway. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's like, I don't know, whatever, right? I'm not talking about no giant bag. I'm talking about like.
How much would you say worth?
More than somebody dropping a parking lot wouldn't be fucking out there tweaking out looking for it. And that's the thing, Chris.
Not $50,000 worth.
The thing is, whatever Andy was fucking doing ain't got shit to do with nothing. I didn't like the shit. I knew he was lying to me then. It's got to do with what him and his whorebag and their bells doing up there at other places, you know what I mean? And they got nothing to do with Summer missing. There was things showing up making him piss ass terrified and otherwise, etc. There were definitely women in Summer's case using the opportunity to fuck with, but
one of my theories is maybe Fred lost some math.
No, this was something like smaller, like something by
Did you ever
like
read,
you know.
Did you ever
and this what Fred type bathtub shit is what that was.
Okay, but did you ever read the text messages between Ellie Mae and me? Any of them where she was saying that Fred accused her of stealing a large 28,000 or something dollars worth of math. And I was wondering, would it be like that Andy found, maybe, and she gave it to one?
No, all that stuff separate. I don't know what the hell Karen and Julie and Fred are going on about. It's like that whole thing about the power being out. It's already been proved the power wasn't out. There were no calls down there.
No,
I mean,
Karen.
I don't know why everybody's there all fucked up.
Just a guy.
Or what's all up there.
She said it was just a guide wire that the power stayed on. The power did not go out. A guide wire was hit.
The power, but yeah, it's different, and they're on different sides of the road. But no, and the times they say, I mean, look, all I can tell you is both ways you go there, they ain't nothing right from any of them.
Yeah.
But I don't know that. Mostly, I try to leave them to them because it ain't none of my damn business. Their family business, and where the fuck I got going on with Fred, their family business. You know what I mean?
Do you think about, though, when Fred first came out, he gave that bath salts story, but he said it was Ellie Mae that was on or Julie that was on the bath salts. Now all of a sudden he says it's Ellie Mae. We see the court documents and we can see it's Ellie Mae and not Julie. So why do you think he all of a sudden is protecting, in my opinion?
I've seen Julie and her youngins there pretty frequently. She never seemed, I mean, like, shit seemed like she was all twitched out or nothing. But I don't know. That's between them, man. Whatever shit they got going on between each other is between them, but we're concerned. Shit like was night where Fred wasn't on a motorcycle. Yes, he was. He hauled one right the fuck back into that road that night.
Yeah, it was
I got it on.
Didn't you say
so
it was blue?
What? The motorcycle? Fuck, I don't know what color it was.
I thought you told me it was blue. I could check. Or
blue. But I don't know.
But
and Andy said,
Everly's
so I don't know why it ain't real.
Remember when he said it was Jeff Everly's? Now all of a sudden he's saying it was Jeff. They're saying on the clip I just showed that Jeff Everly was the one that he sold to.
Look, the thing is, said in a couple clips that he stopped and did 2 motorcycles that day. One at the Light Hollow, one out on 93. Then he's changed it to me. Look, Fred's Fred. I told Ziggy when she was starting that shit, look, he's going to fuck with you. He's going to pull Fred on you. And she's like, and now she spins it like, oh, well, you know, Jody's just trying to keep me away from it. No. But in the messages between Ziggy and I, you can clearly say she's calling him a freak job too, and obviously a liar, and he wasn't that truthful, and he was a tweaker, and he weirded her the fuck out. That's what she says to me in messages, man. And I was like, I told you I'm gonna fuck with you. And then she hopped on his dick and bought him, I guess, out there. But thing was, I think Fred and others were being threatened. I think they're being paid. I think they were. There's a lot of things, Crystal, that are pretty fucked up. I'm pretty sure that was
the same opinion, and I think that possibly his sister. I would really like to see 6UP's real face because she changes her picture often, and when you see shit like this on Reddit and all the PayPals, and she does get on there and attack Ziggy constantly, and it's really cruel. And like,
you know why she does that? Do you know why she's hell bent on this? She can say that she ain't embedded in Summer or whatever, and she ain't part of whatever, and she's just calling Ziggy out for being a scammer and stuff. But you know that piece you just played from, the Just the Receipts one? I've been over it about 60 times over years, and there used to be more of those bids, but she used to call Zig out too. I think those might still be up. But anyway, did you notice the part where she says that 6UP didn't get to go to Tennessee with Ziggy?
Didn't get to go where? Say that again. You got out.
6UP did not get to come to Tennessee with Ziggy. About like Lockdown didn't get to come with Molly.
Oh, or
when
like
Voices
go with Penny.
Right.
Yeah.
But Ziggy was absolutely with Molly Golightly and them. But the plan was to keep her behind a little bit so it didn't seem like she was, so she could get more access to other people locally and to Dawn and Candace. And everybody fucking felt like.
And the
But
funny thing is, when she came up, she was like real quick, like, "Did you see the hills on the ground yet?" or whatever. You know, it was one of the first questions she asked. And then
but
there was
think about
bombarded
cut
with
off.
phone when Fred wasn't home. To me, that's like she was watching Fred leave, and I don't know.
No, it's because they have stalkers on us, and even then they had Kathy and the Yennifers and whoever the fuck else is, you know, the Chasers, the fucking Cams, the team workers, you know, everybody, the nanners going around watching all of us, seeing we're in and out, and all the
Why?
little helpers, and they know when to catch us out or in or at home or whatever. But
Why do
think
you
about when we kept from coming here. When was it?
say that again?
Think about when Six Up was actually kept from coming to Tennessee that she didn't get to come along. Well, Ziggy came in what, January?
Yeah.
Okay, Heels on the Ground, MG on them came before that, a few weeks before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Molly was pretty pissed off at me by that point. Oh, yeah, she was. Right? A whole meltdown over. But anyway, you see what was happening during that time, Crystal, was me calling out the fake Fed and putting out the shit where Penny and all them and Linda and everybody had the fake Fed. And I know you watch me. I know you're the stalker extraordinaire, Crystal. Come on. I know you've seen me put together that in a Jiffy do, Jiffy don't. You do
Mm-hmm.
know the fake name in the Discord was in a Jiffy. And what jokes did Scott H. make back then about Jiffy Mix, though he'd already said in the beginning he added cornbread and beans. But then the old ladies fell for that scamming routine. Oh, he loved the beans and cornbread. It wasn't. It was him saying something. But either way.
What do you
And then who had the copy and paste emails of the slaves that were going to Q and the rest of them?
say? And
Ziggy's
then
the only one who had the copy and paste. And who was their buddy at the time? Six Up fucking Media and Taco and all them. And bet me that one of them, either somebody took Six Up's Jiffy Do, Jiffy Don't in a Jiffy shit and made the fake Fed name with it. And then just happened to be in contact with Ziggy, you know.
so what are you thinking? You thinking Linda isn't Jiffy? Isn't
No, I
Slade?
never really thought with Jiffy. I think Six Up is, you know,
Yeah.
Six
Yep.
Up's the fake Fed. And then because that shit was crashing down, the investigation, they knew I'd turned it into the FBI and TBI. Six Up could not come to Tennessee. That's why Six Up for most of the years left me the fuck alone until the group come out and open with her about the time she wanted to grab a token with her buddy Ziggy and get her a Karen or an Andy, and Andy was over in her chats with Gavel and all them. Think about it, Crystal. Come on.
No,
Even Benny, a few weeks ago when I went over these lives, even Benny was like, duh. But that means that Benny and Tiff were in on the hiding and the faux bullshit with no look here at Fustos and look here at this one and look at that one. Now, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're right. Do you know what state Six Up's from?
I think she was originally born in one place and moved 6 dozen. I don't know. Right now, she's in Ohio or some shit, right?
Do you know?
She's not supposed to be.
I'm wondering if Ohio or Pennsylvania is connected.
No, I think anywhere a demographic of con artists, low income, poverty, rural areas, drug shit, you know, people have I think the same demographic applies. The same ones that watch this shit are the same ones participating in the shit. To grab a buck to do the shit, think they're going to get away with it because it's online.
I'm
Big
just
market,
so
I think it's all
by her
over.
hate. Like she got absolute hate for Ziggy, and it's like they both. To me, it almost seems orchestrated. You know.
Well, they both get views of it, but don't make a mistake. When you hear Six Up speak, listen, CZ, that's more than just she's calling out Ziggy as a scammer. That is something so extreme, personal. something like, "Oh shit, bitch, you might have got me in trouble playing fake fed for you and thinking nothing would happen online."
Yeah.
Personal, don't it?
Ability. That's a huge
Or
plus.
using the Jiffy thing, and then maybe it pinpointing it falsely. But considering Six Up's typing style, if you watch those videos and the way she is speaking, and she'll write big, long, fucking stories and shit when she's trying to scan, but only one sentences. And you watch her typing style and her writing and her syntax, like it seems an awful lot like certain things to me. But then again, there are about 400,000 writers around here. It's easy.
Yeah. What do you think of Tragedy Pimps Exposed?
I think Taco Tuesday is a piece of shit.
Oh, that's Taco Tuesday. I have some weird shit that I seen that connects to her. And she was begging me in my messenger one time to not make me make her show her face. And she has some really strange friends to me locally that I wouldn't expect to be friends with her.
Stuff unless you're afraid they're gonna porn bomb them. I mean, I really wish you would quit doxing people and adding everybody in and making everybody across the country connected. I really would stop that. It makes you sound like a lunatic, though I know you're not. Please stop terrorizing all of us.
I ain't terrorizing but my own people up here right now, Jody. And I think there is a connection. And I think that we share an aunt somewhere or something here. In Collins.
We do not, Chris.
You're not related to you're not related to Rosemary Elliott or Rosemary Morlock.
Look, that's the thing, Crystal. You were saying you're connected all this by the way of Karen Elliott. Elliott's her married name, which means that that's her husband's. I don't know who the fuck that was,
So it would be her husband that would be related, and I know you're related to Elliott's. So it's just curious to me because I know my cousins 100% connect to that area.
I'm related to the Hills. I'm related to the Smiths. Me and Andy are semi way fucking distant, but in about 6 different ways. I'm kin to Cotton. I'm kin to the Dykes.
No. I'm thinking more Renfro Morlock, Wayne Morlock.
Yeah, Renfro's and shit, but your buddy's with her in your chat. She's a human being.
To my home as a child. Renfro has been to my home as a child. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I've met her in a childhood life. When I was a child, when I lived in Miami, and she's not out here denying it. She left my chat. She's
Crystal,
not
have a nice talk if you're gonna go down this path.
Show you something?
What's that?
Hold on a minute. Because I made a new Facebook. Hold on, let me see something here.
Be real honest, Summer's birthday and you pulling that whole she was being held hostage, getting her to be let go, that was pretty cruel. Pretty fucked up, Crystal.
This is my Aunt Rosemary who has family Elliott and Morlock down in your area. Hold on.
Crystal, you can leapfrog across the U.S. and connect us to all kinds of people. We're going to be related. There's people out there right beside Ziggy and Fred that are Andy and his family that Ziggy probably don't even realize or what danger she's in after what she's put out. She has no fucking clue. I mean, people are all across the U.S. Look, I had some people in my family are Mormon come to me not all that long ago. The Mormon church suddenly wants to put me in their database, put me in whatever, and made me aware that somehow Dawn and I have talked. I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell?
Yeah. Look, I want $1 million. 6 Up needs to go back and get her mental health. Okay, listen. Hey, Aunt Rosemary, I'm very confused. I love you. She writes me, what are you confused about? Your Tennessee ties. Elliot, your message. I need help with a friend or for a friend. Can you ask Sean to reach out? I love you. She deletes a message And then she writes, "Love you too. Hope you're doing good. I'll mention you to Sean." And I put, "Thank you." She's not denying it. And then I have another friend up here in Pittsburgh that knows some stuff about some stuff down in Miami who confirmed some things with me, but I can't talk because it would be a danger to that person. Jody, my ties to down in your area are 100% real as fuck.
Even if you could find some way that everybody's like you are, I don't care about it. It has nothing to do with summer. It's woo woo, it's batshit crazy, it's more the blue barrel shit. It ain't helpful. It's distraction. I'm not buying it. I don't care if you are or not. I don't care if somebody is. I don't care if all of you somehow are keen to somewhere, something in the dark side, or the goddamn cornbread mafia, or the cocaine whatevers, or some fucking cartel. I don't care. What I care about is Summers is missing. All these motherfuckers are doing weird shit. Everywhere that Gavel and Nana and the rest go that have worked for Candace Dawn, etc., people are built up like Jose. He adds in extra. What's Fred and Laura do? They add in extra. Shit that don't make sense. Listen to Laura a minute ago and she's at 50 grand. You know the problem with that is she says car wreck, and then she says life insurance and car wreck. Neither can be true if I died around him. Secondly, if he was in a car wreck, he didn't have a driver's license time. Therefore, he wouldn't have been getting a settlement payout because he'd automatically been considered responsible in the state of Tennessee.
So no he was accusing Laura of unaliving the parents, and then Fred came in and said Laura wasn't there, I was there. But if I remember correctly, wasn't Fred in jail for one of them?
I can't remember who. Well, Ronald died first, and Ev, she died. But the thing is, I know there's questions, right? But you know, Beach Creek Mysteries or Beach Creek Mysteries. But
Do you think that would be the two unalivings that Fred was being questioned about, or do you think it would be something else?
I don't know. It could be a lot of things. Beach Creek's Beach Creek, man.
This
But
is all
out because see, there was talk in years past, and everybody in the family, and I took it sort of more seriously at the time, but everybody else was sort of like, "Oh yeah, Ev's full of bullshit," because somebody had Ev thinking that, or Ronald thinking that Ev was trying to poison him. But and then that's when the separation happened on it, and I think it was very much Fred about the time he got back in around again was making Ronald, who was also not maybe all that well, think that Ev was trying to poison him, but he got sicker and so I don't know. I don't know what to say. And you don't know some things, rumor, legends, mysteries, things that need not be, you know.
You know, he told me one time that Fred owed James Light money often, and that Ronald would pay Fred's debts. Do you know anything about that?
I don't know anything about that. Nope.
I have it all in text messages. I'm gonna have to look and see if I can dig. She so many things in my chat. She said so many strange things on, like she switches stories, and the fact that she worked at AmeriCorps when Layla went missing, that bothers me.
Well, I'm not gonna really touch on Layla's.
I found there's a thing here, and I've spoken to Layla's mom, but I found a friend up here who pinned, and I'm not going to say their name, but that pinned in Kingsport at around the AmeriCorps at the time Layla went missing. They put their location on Facebook, and it's if he let me finish. It makes me feel funny because this friend is also friends with TPE on Facebook, and they shouldn't even know each other, in my opinion. Along with that Lenny.
I don't know, Crystal. I know that I just know things that I know it all is tragedy, pimp bullshit around here, around Layla's case is complicating it too, and that most of what's being put out and the shit started around hers is just that it's shit. And it's tragedy pimp shit, rumor mill shit, blue barrel shit, And the company she was keeping would have been the same. Many people like Fred, Lori, and Beth would have been around. That doesn't mean they're connected. Doesn't mean somebody did something. It's people trying to drag both together in order to make tragedy pimp bucks on. I'm sure Long doesn't appreciate it.
Gavel. I just find their friendship odd. With chasing, like I just see a lot of that as very odd. You know what I mean? How they follow each other in the chats and they're always together. And then Scott and Annie disappeared, but they would have been added to that with Linda. And that's what bothers me is you see that group of them together. They're like little piranhas. Even now, Benny is like straight away and Tiffany, but you still see this group of people. But where the fuck Penny, Scott, and Squall and these people that came out here and said they were here for summer all the way 100%? Just
Me too. They're behind the scenes. They're doing fuck shit still. Some of them are scared away. Some of them doing whatever. Some of them still playing the fucking game that they've got. In Summer's case, shit they've screwed with the entire community. They've annihilated and done whatever with, you know. But they've done it as a group. They've done it with intention. They all were hunting from the moment Summer vanished. They were trying to find out everything about anybody in the area. They were hunting us down like goddamn animals.
Speaking of that, who was the first psychics on the scene?
And don't play like you ain't been part of it too through the years, Crystal.
I know I have, Jody. We've gone through this a million times. Who was the first psychics on the scenes?
Juanita's the first to see. And I hated it.
Think about her and Ernie because they were out at that thing together, right? And then Ernie tells me he stops at Kathy's on the way in, and then he goes to meet Juanita with a folder. And then they're filming the hotels, and now these suddenly disappear. And now we're seeing all these accusations against Ernie. Like, I'm concerned a little bit.
Well, the thing is, you ever notice, like, and I noticed it, man, like, man, all this shit on Facebook coming out, so many psychic things. There was one night I actually seen cops let in, and this whole waterfall thing take place, right? In the middle of the rain, I felt so bad for that guy, and because I just seen a little while earlier on Facebook and something or one of the neighbors sent him, I can't remember, but then it turns out that's the same shit Fred's spewing out of his pie hole, right? Within the person, so it's like holy shit. So I think there's a good possibility somebody got a hold of Fred and Laura first. They were pumping out a lot of bullshit, but I also think that's what Dawn intended for Fred to do.
You know, speaking of Dawn and Candace, before you get off my panel, what do you think about the Dee Dee situation? Do you think Candace is being questioned? I mean, they're saying she was there with her and didn't call and waited a month to call and was selling the lady's stuff. Do you think there's truth to it?
I think they're all full of bullshit. I think Don and Candace, I think Lockdown's a piece of shit. He turned yellow bellied for Benny in about 2 seconds. Was like, hey, buddy. After all he did, not shit. I think whether Candace was or was not with Dee Dee when she died, doesn't really make a shit to me. I'm sure it's being investigated. I'm sure because it's Candace fucking Wells, it's being extra investigated.
I haven't seen it. They're saying that the autopsy came back inconclusive.
That's supposedly what the husband said. That doesn't mean much. It doesn't mean that she was murdered or anything either, you know? And I think it's just more horse shit. Also, I've just not been live about it, but I've already got enough pieces in the first few days to show that none of them, like usual, can keep up their tragedy lies and all their bullshit around it and their storylines. And it went from gallbladder to know this, the stomach surgery that. And then Lockdown pretended she was never sick, but throughout all the years, you can see Dee Dee in his chat saying she was in the hospital or she's sick. She had pre-existing health issues. Fred, her husband, says she called him first saying, I need to go to the hospital, but I want to take a shower. Then she passed. Well, yeah, I guess Candace is going to stick with the same thing she did when Summer vanished. She's going to call somebody else first. Hell, I don't know. First it was West Virginia. And then you got to think, all of them, I've already caught them at lying about when they found out Dee Dee had passed. There's enough proof there. Hell, that come out when they outed all the stuff with Candace gone too. They already knew Dee Dee had passed. in early September. Some immediately they're lying now. But if you go back far enough in their videos, you can see they knew Dee Dee had passed. They were covering it up with other words and saying she'd moved back. It's there if you pay attention. They're all lying on and they're scamming. It's the holiday drama. Chances are Candace and Dawn are playing in it too. Do I really give a fuck? Not really. But hey, it gets eyes off their missing daughter, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's sad, but it's 4 years later and we're still doing it. I do have a question for you. I've been meaning to ask you for years. What do you think the divide is between Chase, billboards, the marathon, the money, and the missing child? Do you think that there is a divide between it, or do you think that there's a connection? Because I'm really looking at the lamplight and Jamie Jackhammer and Robin. Like, I see a huge connection there.
Birch is weird shit. Lincoln's weird shit. Robin's weird shit. I'm glad Dotson got the fuck away from all of it when he realized something was real hinky and wrong with the whole damn group. He's like, I'm out. The Awakened people, I know some of them. The Lamplight people. I know them. I know the person that was over that. Whatever. They were a little weird. They were a little strange. Your gavel name tell you all about all that. But anyway.
That Black Lives Matters thing you said you went to, the one guy. There's a picture I posted quite a while back of Robin leaving the lamplight with a group of people. And it's the same guy that's in the thumbnail for WJHL for the Black Lives Matter against them in Kingsport. So that concerns me a little bit. And then you find him again at the individual with Jackhammer and Chase. And it's concerning to me.
Missed it. I don't know. But, you also got to think somebody could be going in and out of Lamplight because they do many types of things. They do community stuff that's there, and it could be community driven or somebody holding a meeting there, borrowing the Lamplight for something else because they didn't, they let other people.
With Robin heading the pack, though, and you have some of the people from Awakened there, like that guy from Georgia.
I don't know. I don't think it's really going. I mean, like, it just veers off into conspiracy territory for me. And the thing is like, with all them, the churches are weird. Do they do weird shit with kids? Fuck yeah. Religion's notorious for child crimes and hiding within it. It's where predators gear toward.
I'm about to
trust, boys, churches, the whole thing. There's a reason there's a problem in those places. Come on now. But
down in California and down in the Yuma area that are really interesting to me, that are cartel related, I believe, but they traffic. One of the problems I have in America with trafficking is that we always say the kids that are coming in from Mexico, but what about the children that are going out?
Don't you think it'd be a little noticeable if a bunch of Caucasian children were Mexico, like all out in the open? Don't you think it'd be a little noticeable?
Did you see JLR's video of my dad's Borderland? No, I don't, because my father was able to go over there and live perfectly fine, open up an ice cream shop, have an apartment. No, I don't think it would be out of the realm at all. Lots of Americans move to the Borderland part of Mexico. I don't think it would be out of the realm, and it's scary to me, and I'm really, really, really fucking concerned why JLR
child anywhere is horrifying. Sex trafficking takes many forms. And I think that can be moved all across country, but that's not the issue there. I mean, I think Jamie, Brad, Linda, the rest of them, they all connect back. And the map I've got on them is an even simpler connection. I don't need no woo-woo bullshit, no church bullshit, this bullshit, that bullshit, road cartel shit.
Rated directly to Andy, that bothers me. His wife was a king at one time, married to one, or she was born a king. Did you know that? Andy's wife.
Andy who?
Ogle.
Oh, you're talking Ogle, Stone, whatever the fuck.
Stone is something right now that I'm up here connecting to down there with my friend Chester. And I said at the beginning of this, my friend Chester went on a trip, and I think it might have been for my parents.
I don't care. I say dope with homie. I don't really give a fuck what she is or what she ain't.
See, for me, I don't just cover Summer. I cover other people, and there is a trail that I'm seeing that connects possible deaths up here to things that happen down there. And I do believe that there's might be a Karen Elliott or Fred Hill connection or Laura in the Gate City area. And there's Jody. I'd have to really sit down and show it to you, but I don't know if you watched my Florida connections. I think
I know how cartels and movements and rings work and the pathways across the U.S. I don't think most of my crystal things on this.
that's the thing. I don't think this is full cartel. I think it's a mistake that happened up here that shouldn't have happened because some people got too addicted themselves. And I think it messed up some criminal stuff up. Not criminal, but I think it made something that wasn't criminal. And I think it went right back to the name Stone. So
has nothing to do with them. And I wouldn't doubt, because I've looked into certain. Look, all I'm just saying is that you're going to find drugs, you're going to find linkages, you're going to find family connected to this one, connected to that one is there. But where it concerns Jamie, Brad, Linda, the rest, etc., there are real connections there, and they're much simpler than you definitely make it. Most assuredly, some in that I mentioned do have drug problems. They all clearly have issues. Like I've been, like you remember Cam coming out when I first called him a dopehead and him threatening to sue me. And I was like, yeah, bitch. And then it took everybody here and Benny and all them hid that shit for years till it was time to set him up over the fake Fed shit. When he's like, no, she's still alive. And then Tiffany had to go get him all that,
yeah.
Anyway, so the point is that, they're all connected in their own little way through the whole nine. All of them, But
they're definitely connected here. Worry. And I got some confirmation on stuff up here going on because of my YouTube. And my sister's children were SA'd and put on the dark web during Summer's case. At the same time, my husband was catfished. And there's some things up here I know that I can't talk about. But there is something I do want to talk about that would be in correlation to it, and that's abuse in the juvenile detention centers with young kids that are in small communities that are constantly picked up by police and taken in front of judges, and they're being.
There are abuses in all kinds of detention centers for all ages, and it shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, well, I think there might be a connection to the CYF aspect that Dawn and Candace talk about. And I just like to go down all lanes. And when you connect the We Can Bring You Hope people, that's who I'm talking about when it connects to Stone and things like that for me.
Well, the We Can Bring You Hope people are something special, obviously. Just because of all the fucking with chasing, Squall, the West, Squall trying to get the Wells house built.
I studied their organization up here, and there are people on the board of directors and shit that I know personally in my real life, my whole life. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like there is connections, and I think that there's a broader something here that needs to be looked into.
It's much simpler.
I think it's going to be something much bigger when it comes to Summer. That's all I'm saying. And I think Summer's isolated. However, I think it might save people like my friend Lisa. And
Crystal, I think much larger things around it will come tumbling down quickly. It may take years. But what happened to Summer is much simpler.
Well, I guess we'll wait. I just don't understand the arrests.
While I'm here, and I'm willing to talk to you tonight, probably because I'm running a really high fucking fever and I feel like shit. But
better.
Family's like, you need to go in earlier. I was like,
honestly, thank you for that song last night. You made me smile. That was funny. I needed that.
Well, it's a song, but it's from the original Batman series. It's the Riddler.
The Riddler. Okay. I didn't know what it was. I was sitting there like, I got to go watch it. And I didn't watch it yet because I had to take all the music I had playing when you came up out. They're jerks. They should just let us play music.
But anyway, I do appreciate the fake StreamYard unavailable thing. That was fucking fantastic. Anyway, I have a question for you while I'm here.
It wasn't fake. They took my live down. I had to go fix it, and they kept that up. I just changed it.
With Linda, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's one thing that actually, if Linda's who she says she is, that you should have already caught on to and been more than willing, considering you are who you are and operate how you operate, that you would have outed eons ago. Why have you not?
I'm not sure. I don't understand your question.
I mean, there's something absolutely fantastical about her and what she's really connected to, if that's really her, that is very easily findable and knowable that you should have come across in all the extremes. So it makes me wonder how the years something you've never said.
Well, because I didn't find anything that she would be connected to. Would it be cornbread shit or something about her son?
No. I just
No.
find it. I know that if she's who she says she is, and that you've not liked somebody, and whatever. And what I don't understand is that person connects back to something absolutely fantastical, extremely concerning, but
Would it be
things
the
that absolutely despise her. Sue her frequently, so I don't understand why she'd be doing any of the stuff she's doing in and around Summer's case because of it. I don't know. It strikes me as weird as all the years you've not found something so easy about her.
No, but do you want to tell us or no?
Well, I'd rather not because there are people that are.
Well, you can message me again if you want. I'm on my husband's. I changed it.
I'm gonna pass because I don't trust your homie. But and because you're always doing fuck shit with my messages, like you get on PG's that first night, and being like she was my friend, look how she did me, and then getting your wife spanking and shitting on me and the kids. I don't appreciate none of it, Kristen.
I show our messages in full, lady.
You did not.
Yes, I did.
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
And you think that story on PG's that night was right? When you first got you on there saying I was your friend, look how I treated you and da-da-da, marking all this shit. Come on, Crystal.
No, because you
don't
call me
talk to
like
me.
I called you a racist, and that's not. Maybe you mistook me, but I was not calling you a racist. I was telling you that I had a black daughter. Listen, my cousins are in KKK.
Have you ever heard me here saying the hard R word? No, but you're using it against your husband and children. What the fuck? And then you totally care, but here you are coming to my inbox saying you want to start a channel for Summer, but you heard I was Klan. And guess where? Squall and all the groups you're in. Come on now, Chris.
No, I formed my own independent opinion based off of you running through the woods with no perfume. I really like to know more about that.
You know you were straight up in Ziggy shit, and you were straight in Scott shit. Come on
I
now.
was in everybody's shit, just like everybody. I came to this community and was watching everybody, Jody. You were there too. You were doing interviews. I was following you.
And then you immediately jump on and use that shit when you think, I mean, come on, Kristen. But we're not going to rehash past. Just stop and leave me be. Please don't play any games any further for these
Can I
people.
please ask you, since we're on the subject?
And I know Ben is fucking out of fuck with me. Please stop.
Can you explain what you were doing chasing the Ku Klux Klan in the woods?
What the fuck do you think people do trying to chase the damn Klan out of areas?
But, well, okay.
They don't want them in the damn area, Crystal. It's pretty damn clear.
Ku Klux Klan be the cornbread.
Well, of course they got drug ties, Crystal. The fuck do I give a shit? They're pointy hat wearing, Iron Cross having, white knights, fucking Klan, you name it. Nobody wants them anywhere. I don't give a fuck if it's a place that accepts them or not. I don't want them in there. Other people don't.
But I wouldn't chase them through the woods.
Well, that's you, Crystal. You're over there calling your husband the hard R word, lady.
My husband right now is in some shit, Jody.
I don't care what he's in. Don't go around calling him the hard R word.
Okay, you're right. And I
then
said that.
playing around. what the fuck do people usually try to redirect me? Like, who in the fuck? I'm sorry, you're not built in the way that you're like, oh, let me try to scare the shit out of Clan or risk myself to be like, fuck you, don't come back and marry again. I'm sorry there's a difference between me and you, but that's my personality. And it ended up fighting with something.
You might have been chasing our cousins through the woods. The Elliots and the Morlocks. So I'm really confused. And then you throw Fanning in there and this guy from the Lamplight.
What the hell's Fanning? I didn't throw Fanning anywhere. Fanning got shot in the neck by Fred, but you know,
Right,
I'm
but
Fred said
KKK. But ain't Fanning part of the KKK? I mean, like, who were you chasing in the woods?
what? It wasn't Fanning. I didn't have shit to do with the Fanning thing. That's all him and Fred, dude. Now his son did a parade around here with rebel flags or something over something at one point.
Yeah, the same parade. There was
That
up in actually here.
But that ain't got nothing to do. Like, Fanning's the Fred thing, okay? And I didn't throw Fanning nowhere.
So, do you think the KKK? I mean, I'm lost. Jody, was the woods around your home?
It was several areas, CZ.
Okay. All right.
I'm not giving you a holler an exact location for you to track down, get property deeds, figure out this, figure out that, dox some more people in the area or around here in the Tri-Cities or Beach Creek or any of that, or their families, or call them clear out of Maz or put them in danger. I'm not going to do it, CZ, so stop digging.
Okay. All right. Anyways, I've been on here 37 minutes longer than I needed to be. I love you, Jody. We are going to find Summer one day. I have hope still.
No.
Not at least.
You're going to find Summer. YouTube's not going to find Summer. Those like Ryan and Don B are not going to find Summer. The Nanas, the rest are not going to find Summer. They're not helping. None of us are.
Law enforcement is going to find
But some of us are, we actually give a damn. But law enforcement and feds are going to find Summer, and they're going to find the truth, and they're going to make the arrests. Justice for Summer comes at the hands of the real feds and law enforcement. And those who have truly treated her, fought for her for all the right reasons without being given accolades, super chats, paid vacations, $500,000 homes. They treat her as the little girl she is, and with love and respect. And they do not forget that she is a little girl and she is not a flat image to be trotted around while people put up hearts or meaningless ones in chats and everything else. They don't forget her and they work tirelessly for her. There are many like myself in this community who really give a shit about Summer. And we know that tragedy pimps suck. We don't appreciate being hunted. And unlike, you know, I can't tell you how often we see members of my community and they're fighting. You know, they're afraid to speak out. They're afraid to hit back. They're afraid to be like, fuck you motherfuckers for doxing our families, hurting this, slinging everybody in the dead horse out. And they're like, keep speaking. You know? And it's not right what's been done to Summer's entire community. That Summer actually knows. All because she's missing and because people want millions or crypto or bullshit or cloud or channels. It's not right what's been done to any of our lives or how we've all been hunted before we even realized we were being hunted by those like Penny and Linda's. And we can leave you hopeless and all the other. It's not right. And it shouldn't be done.
Maybe one night you can come back on my panel because I would like to have a conversation with you all these years later about the fake Fed and what your feelings are on it today, because I'm still the whole Chase, Linda, Penny connections up.
Can you lay off the mimicking and parroting and doing the weird shit like thinking every music video I post is about you or whatever? Can you stop that though?
Dude, I just like music. I don't think it's about me. I like music. I share your music because I like it. Where the hell is that? No, it ain't weird. I like all music, and I share all people's music. If you're sharing music with us on your community post, I'm gonna listen to it. If I like it, I'm gonna share it. What's wrong with that?
but that you think they're all weird subliminal messages or trying to make people believe that's what you think.
No, Jody.
You know, it's a little off-putting. It ain't just about the music. You know exactly what I'm talking about, Crystal. So to most people that watch you, you know, please just be you, and just be you for once in a while. You're just be you.
I am just me every
Okay,
day.
but please leave me and my family alone. That's what I'm asking. And if Benny's got you up to shenanigans like I do believe he has lately, please stop playing games with him. He's no good. You know he ain't changed. He ain't never faced it. And I will tell you he is and has been for a long time since he went by darkness in his own trouble and shit. He's been trying to suck the dick of Dawn to get back in the team. Nana's been thrown out. According to my knowledge, Benny's on the end along with Cher. I ain't playing no fucking games. That's why his Grandis shit don't make no sense, because we all know he's been out here working for Grandis, the Lord, and Dawn fucking Wells' dick the whole time. According to Mullins Dollars, allegedly, according to TM and everybody else. I ain't in the mood for more Benny's bullshit, so don't be playing games with me.
You
Crystal,
don't
we've
think
all
any good intentions?
what brought, but and that whole what is that? His two fucking shitty court suits that he's got on that are the most untailored ass looking things I've ever seen.
He said he's like carrying caskets or
You
working
know,
in a funeral home now or something.
you mean he's probably going down there and taking pictures of himself at a funeral home and nobody's noticing, and it makes him look like he has a fucking job? Do you
I
think
think
anybody can let him drive a hearse or do shit like he's posing in front of with the driver? Come on now, Chris.
that he spent some time in jail, and I think that he lost his son, and that he hasn't attacked anybody yet.
He's
Even
abusive. It's not a good
for-
example, and he doesn't mean you know.
I think everybody deserves a second chance. I say we just sit back
That's
and see.
400, and he is old enough. Crystal monsters like it don't change. This is what he is in real life. This is what he does online. It's all
I
he.
am prepared. I am prepared. I promise. I have questions for Benny. I would like to know how he knew about the lawsuits each and every time. I'm serious.
Crystal, you know, just like your pretend arcs, his are bullshit too. Come on now.
Huh?
People, once you reach a certain age, you don't become anything more than you are unless you try really hard. And he ain't. Look at him. He's already back online. The first 10 videos he did was TM targeting me and my kid again. Come on, Crystal. You know better.
I don't know. I'm gonna give
So
him
don't-
a chance. I'm just gonna sit back and wait and see what happens.
Well,
He
at least
hasn't
he's
done anything to me, but
consistent. He will bury any dead body for a buck, whether it's at a funeral home or online. You know, he does live making bucks on dead and missing bodies. It would be pretty consistent.
all right, I'm gonna get off of here. I gotta go to bed. My husband starts his new job tomorrow, and we're still not exactly getting along here. Shit's fucking wild. I don't know.
Oh,
But-
but that was my point, though, with the Laura thing. You can tell she's sort of been tampered with there to say the $50,000 amount, which makes you think about what this group's been doing around a $50,000 amount since all the way back to Squall.
That's what bothers me about Ellie Mae, because Ellie came out swinging at Fred on my channel about money that Fred said that she stole or something. I have to look for the messages. When I put them back out, make sure you read them.
But I just find it odd. It's obviously bullshit from Laura's mouth. It don't make any sense, but it correlates back with what's been going on since the beginning. But I think that it all comes from bullshit, something, and then goes to Squall, and we can leave you hopeless. There's something about that $50,000 amount they keep trying to get, and look through the second marathon that Squall didn't get in. And Scott was pissed about. I thought when I come in, I wasn't aware of the We Can Leave You Hopeless, Chasing, J4, McDonough, everybody else set up, right? With the first marathon. I didn't know shit about it. So when Squall was yelling at me all this other shit and pissed off at Scott H when I was in the hotel room up there, she's like, they took my goddamn because it was Scott and Draw and TM that lifted that shit up, right? And so I was like, what the fuck? I was like, you know, and Piggy's like, we didn't take her fucking marathon. But it turns out she tried to lift off the one with Cher. Jason, We Can Leave You Hopeless. Everybody else saw it. And it was still for the same amount. It was around 50,000 is what they were all aiming for. And it goes back whatever the fuck on the whatever Phil said, whatever, and I think the $50,000 amount posted to the house. But I think it all stems from bullshit from the beginning, or somebody around there thinking they were gonna fucking get that 50 grand or setting something ain't fucking right.
That's
And
what I've been thinking. And that's
the
why I
first
keep
thing-
asking about it. And that's why I'm saying, do you think it correlates with Summer's case? What is the divide? That's what I asked
I
you. Do you
think I think Squall is the really biggest, largest piece of shit to ever come into Summer's case. She's the reason that most things are the way they are. The things are believed, the create, all the shit about me washing my feet, all this shit. The shit. How much of this because of the fuckery Squall did? And there she was going, no, Donald Candace and this, and she was calling me, threatening me, saying I was going to get arrested, but it was pinning, and it was crazy what Squall was doing. And then her saying, I swear, I think at one point when chasing her, whatever, saying I was shooting at her house, and me and Jenna were rubbing dog shit on our handles and saying, I mean, all this crazy shit that never happened. And then there she is with Athie, and Athie's with Andy, and also bullshit. But Squall is the clinch pin. Squall got up there for a reason around Candace and Dawn. Squall was one of the 4 or 5 women, which I assume is Dee Dee, a few others, that were being introduced under different names. And Candace would forget, I thought at first because she was so drunk or fucked up, we'd be on vid chats. She'd be like, oh, this is Squall, this is so-and-so, oh, this is my buddy, whoever, this is, what's that other freak show that cut her hair off, was parent, Dale Pesci.
That Heather, there was a Heather named Queen.
She would introduce it. She got and she changed her names like I was a dumb bitch, right? The problem with me is that there was one that was not but 5 minutes away. Every time Candace would call me or would be on video chat, they'd show up in the driveway in 5 minutes. Other neighbors noticed them too. My problem is, like, lately I wondered, like, well, it sounds like it is maybe sort of interested in a blue truck, right? Candace mentioned something blue on Dr. Phil, this there, da. But one of the bitches Candace had up there at the house after summer vanished kept showing up in a blue truck. Others neighbors noticing too. I'm like, that's odd. But I know one of them was showing up in the blue truck because I could see it as Candace and I were on video chat pulling in. She was mixing up Paul and Dale Terry and what's that other fuck face? Oh, and PG, because she kept saying Dale was from Columbus, which is where PG and the Kathy Morrison should be at. Dawn and Candace have been playing some dark, dirty, deep games and mixing up, and it wasn't no need to be fucking with them. Like, I wasn't trying to fuck with them. I wasn't running social media like Fred and Lauren all anymore. I was keeping the Dr. Phil shit quiet. I was keeping quiet.
Why do you think they did that to you?
I think they were doing it to everybody. I think they did it to Fred. I think they did it to Dudley. I think they did it to Cotton. I think some of the things that you hear out here at Sound Outlandish were really said. And I think Don was going and visiting everybody, hoping that them motherfuckers would put out shit, but they would also be discredited because they were tweakers or druggies. And then he could get them busted, attention on them. They'd be ties. He'd be able to shut them down, even if they said, well, man, we fucked around with Don, sold him crack. We were the crack house, whatever it was. I think that Don did run amok, telling these people that ain't had going to visit because they were druggies that might have kidnapped his daughter. But what he was really doing was saying foul ass shit to them. And then when they'd say anything, who's going to believe them? They're crackheads. And then what happens? They might run out for $100 or crack rock, especially if he sent his tragedy pimps or teams or those like, I don't know, Squad, anybody else, whatever around, they might whisper all the shit Don wants whispered out, like, 50,000 this or Laura run rumors that or whatever this. I think that Don was up to no good is what the fuck I think. I think a lot of people don't believe.
And my question to you is why do you think they asked David Britt to wear a wire?
I don't know if that's true. I don't know that I've heard that. I think I've heard that from you, maybe somewhere.
David told me that himself from his mouth. The thing I want to go back and listen to, though, is I don't think it was TBI. I actually think it was the PIs that asked him to wear a wire. But I got to go back and confirm it. But I have it in my videos with him. He was 100% asked to wear a wire. He said the next day after Summer had gone missing. But I want to go confirm it. I'll play it again soon.
I don't know, Crystal. I don't know
But
about none of that. And I ain't gonna speak.
PIs want somebody to wear a wire on their own clients. That's odd to me.
I don't know about any of that.
All right, but I'm going to get off of here. Guys, listen, when I have somebody on panel, I'm not attacking them. Please don't come in my chat and attack them, liar, and whoever you were before, not today, which is the same name Fred Hill's sister uses, but that's not them. Please stop. Stop it. That might be Phoebe or something. I don't know who it is, but fucking stop. We can like adult here. There's no need for that. That's like little kid shit. We're not in kindergarten. Why don't you grab a link and ask her to the face while she
liar from you and Scott and Bells for years now. I'm good with it. I don't give a fuck what they're saying, shit. Fuck them.
Well, I just don't want people to be over here and be rude in my chat. All right, but I'm gonna go. It's like 4:30 or something here. I'm tired. I will talk later.
You do have bigger pieces amongst all your bullshit that maybe you don't realize or know.
I think I have pieces.
None of those pieces were gained by being. These were all things that are done when you aren't being a weapon or a string of people, hardcore, and destroying lives. And I'm not going to tell you what these little pieces are that I can hear, that I see, or recognize. But maybe cut back on all the blue barrel and everything's connected. Everybody's kin stuff, okay? Just a tip.
I can't, Jody, because I am connected to people down there. It's proven. Like my showed you.
Please stop making my family. That's all I'm asking.
Okay, I'm trying, but it's hard when your sister connects to burritos.
My sister's not all that's married. Come on, Crystal. Please leave my sister alone. Please. You already did the blackmail stuff to get her down there so Gavlin and get a hold of her so Andy could get around her. He didn't even like her whole life. Please just stop.
I've been staying clear of Amy.
All that bullshit is still affecting our lives greatly. What you did years ago. I'm telling you, it still hurts us every day. It still has ramifications and effects for us every day, what you did years ago with that group.
I'm going to try my best, Jody, but she did come out public, and it's okay for me to go over her interviews.
What you all did, hunting her and lying to her, Crystal, and you know it. Leave her alone, please.
I didn't hunt or lie to her. I was truly concerned about you.
You did. And you did blackmail with the get your boots on. You know what you're doing. You know how everything came together. Please don't bullshit, Crystal.
Okay,
you know,
here's the thing. You're going to make me pull it back out because you're saying that that's not what happened. And
human being, the other is please leave my sibling alone. Please leave my family alone. You can connect whatever. Leave it as blank spaces, all you want. Okay? But please leave my sibling and everybody else's family, all that out of it. Please.
Well, okay.
Please.
All right, Jody. All right. Peace and love, everybody. Good night. Good morning, wherever you're at. Good afternoon. Bye.